Where's my coffee? Good morning. Happy sunny fucking day. I hope you're doing well. Happy day. What day is it? Tuesday? Sure. Good morning. I hope you're all doing well. I finally went and got new keyboards, and my desk looks so nice right now. It's kind of wild. I turned the volume down. I don't remember turning the volume down. Sobriety is weird. Oh my, is it? Oh. Happy New Year's Eve. I forgot. We even talked about it last night. Well. Here, you're so pretty. It's a good girl. So happy New Year's Eve. I totally forgot. Dude, Leaf, you should brag about that. That's a whole well, it's some hours. You got time. Good morning. Ooh, foul. Fuck yes. Good morning, Kills. This is the anniversary of the day I followed this channel. Is it really? Wow. That's wild, actually. That's kind of crazy. Time is weird, and it goes by very, very quickly. 5 years. And you had you like created children in that time. That's impressive. I've done nothing. What did I do? Good morning, Knives. What the fuck? A Waddaful Life? A sweet little game where you play as a duck and raise ducklings. I'm gonna take sweet little game as we're not crossing any roads. Yeah. He's now 4. That's crazy. I already had one child. I created another one. I know. You're like raising a family. It's wild to even consider. Happy new Twitch stream, whatever. My eye is watering. Good. It's utterly... Okay, hold on. I'm going to pull it up on YouTube. Good morning, cuteness. How are you, love? I raised 2 boys. That's plenty of raising. Another reason why I try to give my mom a little bit of a break sometimes, she did raise a shit ton of children, and I think children drive you crazy. Case in point, that movie we watched last night. If you are a woman, please watch the movie Night Bitch. I think it's great for everyone to watch, but oh my fucking god, I'm obsessed with it right now. It's a pretty recent movie that came out with Amy Adams, and I was talking about it recently in movie night, and fucking Knives brought it out for movie night last night, and I think everybody liked it. I really, really hope so, because it's really empowering. It's just like...
Now, I'm going
great.
to fuck you with Satan's cock.
Thank you so much for summing the class, keeping the class alive, and giving an Anus Wings Might for 39 fucking months.
Now,
That's a what?
I'm going to
Okay.
fuck you with Satan's cock.
Thank you, Mandel, for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive, and giving an Anus... You both subbed for 39 months the exact same time.
That's creepy, but I appreciate you. Go forth and be consensual.
Really, the movie, like, I don't even want to just super cute. Is this game too wholesome for this channel? Hey, I've played some relatively wholesome games. I might ruin them, but I play them. They could, well, yeah, birds don't have arms. Imagine birds with arms, though. I feel like every time we watch anything that has to do with a duck, I feel like it's my social responsibility to play that fucking video by Zafrank
Now,
about ducks.
I'm going to fuck you
Because ducks.
with Satan's cock.
Thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive, and giving it any swings for 32 months, Crimson. I fucking appreciate you. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways.
Because nothing is sexier than pure, sober consent. Oh.
Thank you. We can play. I love cute games. I just do tend to make them filth. And I apologize. I know this Friday will be first Friday of the year. I don't know. I feel like every year I do this during the holidays. I don't know how to celebrate things. I just kind of forget. Like I completely even forgot it was New Year's Eve. I'm really bad at this. Man, I feel like a lot of people can identify though. Like a lot of people who are like, I don't know, for lack of a better word, neurospicy. Like every day is a battle to just try to establish. There's a dog here on me. Some level of routine that we hate, but we thrive in. And it's constantly, like literally 24/7. You're just constant, like, this is what you need to do. I don't want to do that. Let's make an excuse. No, you should do that. I don't want to do that. You should do that. I don't want to do that, but you need to do that. I don't want to do that. It's constant. It's just like it never fucking ends. In your head. I'm glad. I know I'm not the only one that goes through this shit. It's every fucking day. And so when unique things come around, like birthdays, holidays, etc., my brain is like, I kind of want to do something, but I'm literally just getting on track with this goddamn torturous routine that I thrive in that I hate. And so like now I have to throw it off, and I physically don't know how, because I spend every waking moment just trying to stick to some level of routine that makes me a human being and functioning. You know? I don't know. It feels so shitty. It just like but it's every day. I know a lot of us are dealing with that all the time. Thank you for the hype train, by the way. I don't mean to call you out. I just know I know we have this. I know we are connected on levels we don't even talk about, and sometimes it's okay. Trying to explain that to someone's brain who isn't broken, no, they can't. It's really, really, I appreciate people who try to empathize with what we go through, though. If that, like, you know, it's really hard to explain to someone, but as long as someone tries to, like, at least attempts to empathize with it, I'm fine with that. Like, no matter our whole life, no matter what, the rest of our existence, we're gonna have to deal with people fucking up our routine, and that's part of life, is dealing with interruptions and speed bumps and things in your way and whatever. I think that's just existing long term. It can just be, it never ends. And I think that was one thing that was like a big lie when I was a kid, was like, and I've talked about this before, but you know, you go to school, you get good grades, you go to college, you get married, you get a white picket fence, you have kids, you're good. Get a golden retriever, you're set. And you're never set. Like, people redefine themselves a million times in their life. It's just not realistic. I had that Saturday, went to Boston to hang with my cousins, but I'd never traveled alone, and my spicy brain went, can we do this? But it was 100% fine, 100%. And that's like, I think that's what age does, is age, time, experience, whatever. All it does is tell you, like, you're gonna be anxious about doing stuff the rest of your life. That's just who we are. But because we've done it, we can sit there and coax, like, you know it's gonna be okay. This part doesn't know it's gonna be okay for some reason. She's sweating, and my heart rate's double, and I'm questioning existence wholly. But upstairs, I know it's fine. And it's just constantly, like, talking yourself back in, like, stop that. It's talking yourself back into stuff. Because, like, I've said this a million times. My brain does it with things I want to do. And that's the part that gets me the most. Like, literally, an activity I desperately want to do, I will start to come up with excuses not to do it. And I have to, like, stop myself and be like, what are you doing? Because routine, home, safe, familiar. No, anxiety, but not as, you know, it's fucked. The 50s lifestyle, our parents thought that shit would continue into the future, and bless them, I mean, they didn't know any different. Long enough to braid? I don't even have that. I'm jealous. I think age also makes your butt, well, yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Mentally, it's like, we've done this, and we survived because it's not realistically anything to be afraid of. We can do this again. It's just this interim of that anxiety before you get to the thing, and then you're like, oh, I'm fine. And then you just feel, like, at least I do, I just feel stupid. Immediately. Where's my wife, kids, and picket fence? Damn it. I know, right? This is not my beautiful fence. I hit a point on my chaos switch, and I think I'm gonna have to find a different. Oh, really? Is it just not? I mean, fuck it. Regardless if it's good, if you hate it, don't do it. Fuck that. What up, Hitman? How are you? Fences are fucking expensive. Mine was $13,000. Fences are stupid fucking pricey. I've been, like at nighttime during movie night and stuff like that, I've been very slowly leveling a sork. A, lightning sork. I'm trying to think, what is the build called? I'll show you, hold on. I found it on that website. Mom Spark Mage. Mom Spark Mage, I guess. But, it's... I don't know. It's fun. It's interesting playing a hardcore, like, magic class. Because I am just getting beat the fuck up. Like, it is wild. I can hit like nobody's business. Like, if nothing can get to me, I can literally stand in the middle of a zone, put down a circle of fire, and just start hitting the lightning shit that goes on the ground. It lights on fire. The distance it travels is beyond the vision of the screen, which is hilarious to me because I can stand in an area with no bad guys and just start doing that, and all of a sudden bad guys will start limping at me from off screen and die before they reach me. But if anything gets to me, it's a fucking nightmare, and it's really like I've like started classically like conditioning myself with PoE to be a little afraid with this character because like the gameplay, like I was last night, I think I was telling you guys about this. Oh, I think I did in movie night. I got some new weed last night. Until Mom, you're fucking squishy, dude. It's rough. It'd probably be really fun with other people because I decimate things. It's just if I like, and another thing is I'm so used to my witches and having skellies as like my meat bags that are basically like dragging all the aggro, that going in by myself, I'm so accustomed to that. I'm having to train myself like to actually run around, and it just makes the battles last so much longer. But anyways, I got some new weed last night. It's called, I'm pretty sure it says, I had to peel the sticker off the sticker, Straw Nana GMO. And it is allegedly 32.5% THC. And you guys know, I buy by the names. I mean, the THC percentage really means fuck all at this point. But last night, before movie night, I took a hit of that weed at my computer, went in with my little sork, and, like, accidentally walked into the executioner battle. And I was like, oh my god, I'm not ready. Anxiety, anxiety. My heart rate starts to jack up. All of a sudden, it was done. The battle was done. I beat the executioner, and I couldn't remember the battle in any way, shape, or form. So I just went and laid down. That weed, like, it's in my bowl. Oh god, throw your bowl, Katie. This is my stoner bowl from last night, from the beginning of movie night. That's how much that shit fucked me up. I just dropped ash on my thing. That's all I smoked in like 6 hours after stream last night, because the weed fucked me up. That, I don't know what it is with that strain, but we have to finish this bowl. So I'm just kind of stuck with it, but I literally just cross-eyed. All of a sudden, the battle was done, and I was like, and if you're not playing PoE, the executioner battle is relatively hard. If you're by yourself and you're a new, like a low-level character, it's not an easy battle. He has like these guillotine attacks and shit that just one-hit you. Just literally, all of a sudden the battle was over, and I was just sitting here like, that weed, though, it fucked me up. The percentage means nothing. I got a quarter of that. I got a quarter of Day Crasher, which is allegedly 23.3% THC. And then I got a half ounce of Chem White, which is allegedly a hybrid, and allegedly 31.21% THC. I don't know, dude. That shit fucked me up. Morning Phoenix fucked me up. Like, giggly lay down and just kind of, hi. Hey, I mean, Knives. Brag all you like, but can you solo the executioner stoned out of your mind? First try with a level 10 sork? Because I'm not flexing, but your bitch did. 100%. I just forgot. I just genuinely. Why would we? I don't know. Why would I do that to? I don't know. I didn't know the weed was so strong. Ghost Pepper OG is a good one, Amanda. I love Ghost Pepper. That's a good strain. What up, Mythic Mark? How are you? I had to pop in before running off for my New Year's tabletop. Have fun. Have a fucking amazing time. Roll. Wait. Where are my dice? This is important. Because I'm a nerd. May the dice be ever in your favor! I just want an excuse to take out these dice anytime I can. Sarah, tell her I'm thinking blue. I'm thinking of doing... I got 2 different colors. I don't have them on my desk anymore. I got 2 different colors. I got a sky blue, and I got this really pretty color by Manic Panic called Voodoo Blue. And it's like this dark, dark turquoise green. And I'm thinking of doing dark turquoise green like on the lower half, sky blue, and then my usual pink bangs, because I can't. I don't know what to do without my money pieces. But I'm just, because it's fried. Like, I don't know if I told you this, Sarah. I did not mean to bleach the whole thing. This was kind of an accident. Oh, a bro to the past is Sarah with an H. We have a few, I apologize. We have a few Sarahs, including my sister. I'm sure you've heard of this, Sarah. I did a bleach wash, which is essentially where you mix up bleach and then you put in, like you do 1 part bleach, 1 part activator, and then you do a ton of shampoo, and you mix it up into like this frothy bleach wash. And all I wanted to do was get the pink out, because I had like that vibrant fuchsia in there, and I just wanted to get the pink out to dye it blue, and it bleached my roots. I might have had too much bleach in it. Whoops. Sarah's my dudes. You guys, I think I just told this story recently. A bro to the past is the Sarah who had her children in my stream. This is how we differentiate. There's little sister Sarah, who's a lawyer and scary. There is Sarah who got bored during child labor and thought, I'll pop into Katie's chat and say hi. Because she's a badass. Oh my God, Sarah, please watch the movie Night Bitch. I'm preaching it to every woman I know, but especially mothers. It is such a fucking good movie. I'm obsessed with it. It just came out. Night Bitch, one word. It's got Amy Adams in it. It's so empowering. Oh my sweet God. It's literally about like the psychosis of a mother going through raising a child. Like giving birth and becoming a mom, going from like the sexual object of a woman to mother. It is off the shit good. Oh my good Lord. I've watched it twice this week. It's so good. I'm just into it. Oh no shit, Sally. I got Merms a 5 milligram refill on their gummies last night. They played Sims for 7 hours, went to bed at 5 a.m., then had to be up at 7. Sometimes it's not the percentage, it's never. I've never experienced it to be the percentage. It's just the random ass weed. It's so good. Sarah, seriously, so good. I just can't. I mean, we watched it in movie night last night, and I was so happy that no one said they hated it. Because I just got, like, really into it. It's just so good. I love Amy Adams, but getting to see this kind of, like, feral perspective of being a mother is really unique. And just really fucking executed so well. So well. I don't know if I've seen Will and Harper. So Catherine's addicted to what? Maybe. Will and Harper. Hold on. Oh, I want to see this really bad, Cocky. Is it amazing? I think this is on the wheel. No shit, I'm pretty sure Glut added this to the wheel. The big normal wheel for when we're not doing holiday stuff. This is the one. Yeah. Is it really good? Oh, I'm so excited. I've been wanting to see this for a while. Yep. I forgot what it was called. I'm really excited to watch that. David, no worries. Not sure how folks who have been around at least as long as me don't know. I mean, it's okay. I have a terrible habit of calling people by their name if they let me. It's if you ever hear me reference someone named Sam, that's Classy Pax. It's a weird habit, but when I learn someone's name and they're like, "Yeah, you can call me that," sometimes it sticks. That and Sarah has the same name as my precious little sister, which, you know. Wolf pissed. Has anybody here seen the movie Wolf? I'd like to know your opinion. Genova, how are you, my love? Good morning. I'd love to know. No? It. How do you even describe that movie? The movie is about a mental institution full of young kids who believe they are an animal, but it's quite clearly like an allegory for conversion camp. And it's just watching therapists blatantly, disgustingly abuse these kids over and over and over and over again, trying to change them or make them better or what the fuck ever. It's grotesque. And there was no ending. None. There was no fucking ending. None. It was such a weird movie, but I was kind of into it. Like I thought I saw where the plot was. I think I did see where the plot was going. They just didn't finish the fucking movie. There was no ending. None. I wouldn't waste your time on it. It was so literally not even a cliffhanger. So like, guy believes he's a wolf, girl believes she's a cat. They kind of have like this connection in the mental institution, and they are literally being beat, shocked, abused, brainwashed. Like, it's the worst case scenario in this institution. They get a chance to escape. And that's the end! Everybody's still stuck in the institution. Nothing happens to the terrible therapists. Like, we were all sitting there like, burn it down. Burn the fucking building down. Bite the therapist, like rip their jugulars out. They were like the girl who thinks she's a cat. They're literally brainwashing her to think she has to stay in the institution her entire life because you know what the world does to girls like you. Like, it's horrid. Horrid. No ending. Yeah, he breaks through the fence. She just stands there. She's like, you know what the world does to pretty girls like me? And that's it. That's the ending. There's no ending. It was the most unsatisfying shit ever. The last scene is just like him in the woods. I need to see that place burn the fuck down. It wasn't even cathartic that he escapes because he leaves this girl. He just like abandons her. And like, I think Kozu said it, I'm too much of a sap. I wouldn't have been able to leave. Like, I couldn't have left all those people. I've been like, no, it's all or nothing, man. Like, what they were doing to these kids was fucking horrible. It was gross. But there was just no ending. Like, the movie wasn't horrible. It was definitely, like, symbolic of a conversion camp. I can't see it any other way. It was just disgusting. Like, therapists and shit trying to convince people there's something that they're not and trying to erase everything interesting about them. I mean, you're not wrong, Sally. I mean, you're not wrong. I wanted to see it burn. I needed to see that. And I got nothing. Nothing. Like, literally, the last scene you see of the therapist, they are winning. Correct me if I'm wrong in the movie, but the last scene with the therapist is really the really mean guy growling over everybody. Like, turning into an animal, ironically. Almost like people who are homophobic probably are a little gay. I don't know. It was just so symbolic of conversion camp. That's all I can see. But there was no fucking ending. You think it was mocking them? Because I kind of thought he had I don't know. This is why I was kind of into the movie, because it was psychological kind of fuckery. Like, I couldn't tell if he was fucking with them or if he had cracked. Because you know how, I mean, throughout history, people who tend to vehemently hate something kind of tend to identify with it. Like, the most homophobic people in the world tend to get caught fucking someone of the same gender, etc., etc. So I assume, like, I was seeing it as the therapist cracked and his inner animal came out, so he was just a fucking hypocrite. Like a horrible hypocrite, but I don't know. That was how I saw it. Amen, Sally, amen. Yeah. No, cuteness, it was so unsatisfying. Literally, when the movie ended and the credits started rolling, our chat was silent. Movie night chat was silent. And then I just typed, what the fuck? And then we all just started going off about what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Not a bad movie. I like weird movies like that. Like, I'm into that. I just needed some level of retribution. Like, we already have horrible conversion camps in real life that torture people and don't get burned to the ground. Give me something in a movie, please. Right? I don't know. It would have been fantastic to look at the abuse of medical professionals if we got a cathartic ending, but since Jacob leaves and hides in the woods, it almost says this abuse is valid. And his freedom is worth letting all those other people stay and be just abused over and over. Yeah, it was just like not good. I'm not just a therapist, I'm also a member. Finger my butt. Am I gay? I'm gay in public. What? The only things I do in private are shit and read. What? I need same. Yeah, I need something, any kind of ending. Like, it was just so we're gay out loud here. Yeah. I'm super out loud gay and I'm very okay with that. I never shit privately. Never? Wait. What does never mean? Oh my god, did I tell you guys? Recently, I came across the strangest algorithm on Instagram. So we know there's trad wives. We know there's homesteaders. We know there's, you know, the family farms of kids where they just breed forever and use their kids as childcare, et cetera, et cetera. Did you know that there's a population of people that don't believe in paper products and use a community family bathroom rag? A community family bathroom. No, it's a fucking 10 by 10 rag hanging on the toilet paper thingy, and they zoomed in on it. Did you know? Eric, Katie, I love you. Stop sharing shit on the internet, please. Dude, kills. I'm not kidding you. I pulled my phone out, pointed it at Zach, and I'm like, why not a bidet? Why not just a bidet? What's happening? What is happening with this? You're welcome. No, I'm not kidding. It was like this lady in like kind of a Mennonite looking outfit sitting on the toilet, talking all sweet and calm about the community rag and how everyone in the family learns to respect their corner. Ah! Ah! Happy New Year's. I love my bidet. We've had a bidet for years. Their corner of the 10 by 10 rag. If you're fetishizing your children's bowel movements, you deserve to be in prison. It's like, it's the poop knife, hold my beer. Yeah. Oh, cuteness. I won't describe what the rag looked like to you guys, but it definitely was dingy and looked used. And that's all you're going to get. Because I'm not here. It was, you know, that little dish rag that your mom hung on the back of the sink your whole life and it smelled like a rotting foot, but your mom insisted that it's drip drying and it's fine? Anyone else? I didn't grow up with paper towels or napkins. Like, that wasn't a thing. My mom was against disposable paper products, but not to the point of toilet paper. Are you kidding? It was that rag. I know. If I have to experience this, you do too. So if your family or friends come over, do you cut a hole in the middle of to double the usage? Honestly, no one is in distress. Oh, dude, isn't this sick? Knives got this for my birthday. Walt Dealer. I thought it was fitting. Nope, 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 nope. I know. Honestly, if I went to someone's house and was like, hey, can I use your bathroom real quick? And I went in the bathroom and there was a little community rag hanging on it, I would leave. I'd be like, sorry, I have to leave. And they'd be like, why? I'd be like, I have to go pee at a gas station because what the fuck? No, I have to smoke pot. Yes. No, it's a communal bathroom rag. It's one rag for what I'm assuming is a large family of children because Mennonite-ish Amish. They breed. And my brain just went to, oh, all the pubes. So how is everyone's life going lately? I have a hard time with people that use religion as an excuse to have 50 children. You're not having children anymore. You have turned into a factory farm of babies. You're breeding. But why? I don't know. I don't know a legit reason why. Like, that's the part I can't come up with. Because you can absolutely use a bathroom safely and sanitarily without using a communal rag. Get a fucking bidet. The rest of the world's been doing it for years. Like, we are just now catching on to this whole, like, water at your butthole thing, and it's incredible. Oh, Glut, thank you for reminding me. I wanted to say that. So, we were talking about this last night in movie night. We were all, like, planning what we're going to eat for New Year's Eve and chill. I have no idea what Knives is going to do, but Knives was playing with the idea of quite literally streaming, like, 8 hours and streaming 8 hours of movies in the Discord tonight and hitting every fucking New Year's. He's insane. Especially considering the Tammy attacks. His fucking tolerance level for this is off the shit. I have no idea. But we were talking about it last night, and Glut's like, I think I'm gonna get pizza and wings, and I was like, yeah, that sounds really good. And we were talking about it. If you are gonna order out tonight, please, for the love of fuck, order earlier than later. Don't be that dick that orders at 8 p.m. and expects it to come really fast, because it's fucking New Year's Eve. Also, my little addition, if you can't afford to tip, you can't afford takeout, make yourself some fucking mac and cheese. In America, I should say. In America. We have a disgusting tip culture that people live off of. But if you can't afford the tip, you can't afford to go out. Just stop it. Make some mac and cheese. You're fine. But please tip. Oh, you're welcome. Take your meats out of the freezer if you guys forgot what you need to eat. Life's great. Way better. I can't. Way better than, at least I don't starfish kiss my family with a community rag. I want to die. Oh, God. I fucking love mac and cheese. That's what I'm saying. I always have some craft dinner in the kitchen. Like, that's my go-to if I'm just not feeling like cooking and I don't know what to do, but I need to eat. Box of mac and cheese. It's the shit. It's a great go-to. Tacos are chilly. I love tacos. Get down on some fucking tacos. We had friends and family over for food and board games last night, and the Hubs made it through without having to go hide upstairs. Is he still doing microdosing? That's seriously, like, in the time that he's started doing that, I feel like your guys' life has changed. That's wild. That's actually, I can barely do that. I'm not, in no way, shape, or form am I exaggerating. I will literally go to the bathroom and just stand in there for 20 minutes on my phone sometimes just to let my brain reset because I'm such an anxious mess. At like a family function or something like that. Like, everybody needs that. We all need an escape, but that's fucking impressive, to be honest. I don't know what movies Knives is planning. I have no fucking idea. He keeps things secret. In this house, we're a butthole. Wait, okay, so is it a nose rub that's Eskimo kisses? Eyelashes is butterfly kisses. What is it if you just kiss bee holes? A starfish kiss? The sea anemone, because you just like. Same, Amanda. I wasn't allowed to have it as a kid. Growing up, I never had Kraft mac and cheese. I was told it was bad for you, so now it's like a guilty pleasure of mine. He's back on the dosing since I stopped working, but yes, he still is. We dosed him Sunday, and Monday was easy mode. That's fucking awesome. I'm so happy. I mean, fuck people, but like, that's awesome. Same, Fall Rats. I think there's nothing wrong with needing an escape. Like, even as a kid, I remember doing this. Like, I would become overwhelmed with all the women cross-talking. Then I'd go stand outside with all the dudes who were smoking in the yard. As a little kid, I'd just be standing with them because they were quiet. Like, they just stood around smoking and, kind of like King of the Hill a little bit. But I remember enjoying that because it was just, like, less stressful. A mole kiss, god damn it. It's called having a good time. I always end up standing outside for 30 minutes in crowded situations. In crowded situations, doesn't even matter if it's raining. Same. Sometimes you just need a brain reset to be a pleasant person and have a good time, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, what good are we to people if we're mentally exhausting ourselves to the point where we literally can't socialize? There's nothing wrong with that at all. Like, I genuinely think you need that. As an adult, there's nothing wrong with that. There should be a special name for a cop rubbing your butthole. It's got to have Piggy in the name. Man, I had a little game room for the kids, and it was my haven. No shit, growing up, my grandma had, like, the front room with the huge TV, and that was, like, connected to the kitchen, and that's where everybody mainly hung out during the holidays. But there was a back room with a TV, and that's where my grandpa hung out. And I would just sit back there with him watching, like, documentaries about the war and shit. In silence. Like, dead fucking silence with my grandpa, but it was so relaxing. A TSA random check, oh my god. It's called the TSA. When a cop touches your beehole, it's just a TSA. Don't worry about it. Oh, gloom. Isn't that pleasant? I have feelings about toy rooms. What do you mean? I had a toy room growing up, and as a kid, I always wanted to play in my room. Wait, you had a toy room and then your bedroom? Like, separate? What kind of rich, white, fucking first-class life? Did your toys have their own bedroom? What? I am astounded. The adults in the house were like a full room just for kids to play? Oh, what? You had a toy room and then had to share a room with your siblings. Wild. So you gave up separate bedrooms to have a toy room. Oh, it means you had no toys in your room, so punishment meant you had nothing. Damn. I have a lot of siblings, so literally every space, every corner, every inch of every house I ever lived in was utilized to the max. I cannot, and we shared bedrooms as well, but a room for toys? Wild. That's what I called my closet. Because then you don't have to clean up toys in your bedroom. I didn't have a lot of toys, I guess, which is weird. Not an abuse thing. It sounds really sad when I say that. I wasn't like a toy kid. I was like a paints and read and go outside and play with sticks kid. I didn't have like a lot of toys. Which is, so I'm just trying to like think, like, where were my toys? I don't think I had a lot. I had bookshelves. Still do. That was me. I don't think I had a lot of toys though. Just not, I wasn't like a toy person. I made, like, I'd make like fairy houses out of bark and twigs and shit in the woods. Our playroom is just a place where the not special toys lives, and our kids have toys there and in their room. Crazy. Growing up, we had a toy room that my brother and I shared, and our own bedrooms. House had an unfinished basement, and my dad put up walls shortly after moving in. It was down there. Wow. Important thing here is that I never wanted to play in public spaces, toy room, living room, etc., but the kids are living room spaces. They always wanted to be together with, oh, yeah. Yep. Mommy's nightstand? Oh my god. We had a playroom, but the playroom was not an unused bedroom. It was a common area. Yeah, we just had common area. We had a living room that no one was allowed to go in because it was fancy. And then we had the living room that the whole family sat in. Because you get sent to your room wasn't really a valid punishment that there were all the toys there, but if you didn't get to have toys in your room, getting sent would suck ass. I fucking loved getting sent to my room as a kid. Because if you're punished, that means none of your siblings can play with you. I.e., beat the shit out of me. So if I got punished and sent to my room, one of my brothers would show up in my doorway and I'd be like, I'm in trouble and you can't come in. And it was the only time they ever respected the doorway. Ever. At any other point, they would have come in, fucking like sucker punched me, thrown me against a wall, stuck me in my closet, locked me in. Any other time. But being punished meant I had to be alone. So they fucking had to leave me alone. But again, that's coming from a household of 8 children. Where like, you're never alone. Ever. 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 So it was like sacred. I kind of dug it. I don't know. Kind of fucked up. Oh, because your mom did daycare, yeah. Instead of a toy room, I still wish I had a room full of training ninjas that I could show people without explanations as to why. You need that. Our toy room was in the basement, and my mother didn't mess with us much. My mom was probably undiagnosed OCD. All my aunts are, I'm pretty positive. Dad built us a model train table that dominated the room. Wow. We was quite well off growing up, so my dad was manager of 2 smaller supermarkets. Then most of my life, he was manager of a store similar to Walmart. Nice. That's fucking nice. Good for your dad. Our playroom is the most finished basement, needs drop ceiling, but everything else we finished for the kids. Wild. Wild. I shut my bedroom door one time, and my mom took the doorknob. And then when I did it again, she took the door. Like, I cannot fathom parents encouraging a space just for kids. Like, whoa! Whoa! Amazing. Good for you guys. People deserve privacy. My kids don't have a playroom. They each have their own bedrooms that they never use. They just bring everything out to the living room because they want to be social. I get that. I was the opposite. I was a weirdo, though. I did not have a door in my room. Oh, yeah. The idea of privacy, like, you don't... I mean, I'm trying to remember what she would say, but I'd be like, I deserve privacy, not under my roof. Okay. Oh, 100%. The door was put on, and my bedroom was painted butter yellow, and the curtains were replaced with lavender curtains. The week I moved out. The week. I was like, where the fuck has this door been? My kids are 9 and 7. Damn. Sarah. What? I know, but like, what? That, just to reiterate, a bro to the past had her 9-year-old and her 7-year-old while hanging out in chat here. That's how long I've been around. That is wild. It was gross, God. It was so ugly. My mom loves that cutesy farmhouse aesthetic. Shit. Yeah, as long as you're in my house, under my roof, and I pay the bills, you follow my rules. Yeah, that was basically it. My brother had a door. Please explain. Oh, yeah. My sister had a floor. We had two. No shit. As an only child, all of these things are so wild to me. I mean, it's wild. All of these things are wild to me too. A playroom? Like a room where just your toys are is baffling concept. Baffling concept, but really cool. I'm jealous. Our toys were under lock and key at our grand's down the street. We had to go visit them in order to play with them. What the fuck? Why? That's wild. Butter yellow. My room was maroon, by the way. My childhood bedroom was like dark red maroon. It looked like a sex dungeon. It was amazing. And the week I moved out, butter yellow with lavender curtains. They deleted me quite quickly. I had to pause from doing dishes to shiver. It was icky. Yeah, it's just like that. Oh, it's like bed and breakfast cutesy. I had a door that was never respected. My parents came in wherever the fuck they wanted. If I had a door, yes. That was definitely like the case across the board. I remember one time I was sitting in my room, literally folding laundry with a friend of mine. My friend Jessica was over. She was sitting on my bed, like looking at a book or something. I'm folding laundry, and I lit an incense stick because the 90s. And this is the best part. My dad, who had just drunkenly snapped his leg in half, drunk wrestling my older brother, limped his fucking broken ass down 2 flights of stairs to the basement silently just to try to burst through my bedroom door, which hit my friend in the head, to go, gotcha, thinking my incense stick was drugs. What if I was just naked? Like, shit like that just sticks in my head so hard because I'm like, who the fuck? Why were you allowed to have children? What is this? I was a teenager, by the way. Like, with a licensed teenager. He, with a cast to his hip, I have no idea, with crutches, silently made it down these crazy-ass stairs. Probably because I had music going or something. I don't know. Probably my boombox was playing some awesome tape I recorded off the radio, I bet. And I didn't hear it, but it was fucking weird. And that has stood out to me my whole life. Still to this day is weird to me. Like, what the fuck gives you the thought that I should just burst into my teenage daughter's room because I smell incense? Which you bought me because I'm a teenager. Weird shit like that. And then it's like, now that you're an adult, you know, I'm sure I'm not the only one that deals with this. Your parents are like, why don't you visit more? Why don't you live closer? Why did all my children move away? And it's like, I don't know, maybe we wanted to feel privacy for the first time in our entire fucking life. I don't know, just a thought. How did he do it silently with a broken leg? No, he absolutely did it silently with a fucking shattered leg. I have no idea how. To this day. But he literally did that, went, gotcha, and I'm standing there like folding something, and my friend's rubbing her head from the door he just slammed her with, and he goes, and just limps away. Didn't even say a fucking thing. Can't own up to the fact that he's paranoid about nothing. Because I'm too smart to smoke drugs at home. Privacy in this economy, right? Controlling parents are always shocked when their adult children go no contact. It's the strangest, most bizarre psychosis. Because I think as a human being, we deserve some level of privacy. And I know parents have to somehow manage that with like, my teenager deserves privacy, but also I want to make sure they're not doing dangerous things or hurting themselves or, you know, getting into things they shouldn't because they're still young, dumb, and fucking idiotic children. Like, there's a delicate balance that not as a parent, I don't understand, but I don't think it's what I went through. At all. My mother lives in a retirement community, and the sheer amount of moms that say, oh, my kids never call me, constantly. My therapist said something, and it's so hard for me to repeat because it feels gross, but it's something I have to think. I mean, you know, therapy, think about it, whatever. And she said that the way that people treat their parents in their 30s tends to be the way that they felt when they were a kid around their parents. Because your 30s is where you get most of your independence, and you're usually kind of set up, and you can move away, or, you know, you're independent enough. And that fucked me up a lot, because, like, it makes you put yourself back in that space of, like, how did I feel as a kid? Like I needed a fucking hug. That's it. Just a hug. My parents moved away from my brother. Really? Do you have a shitty brother? No offense if you don't. I think that's worse than no privacy is the illusion of privacy. I was always allowed to close my door, but my mom never knocks, just immediately opens it. That's even, I think that's grosser. It makes you paranoid. Grosser's not a word. That's more gross. I don't know. Because I got that same shit. I got both. It was like, if my door was found shut often enough, the door handle got removed, then the door. Or they just burst through constantly, like thinking they're going to catch me doing. I think I told you guys this story one time, but I had this really cool, I still have it somewhere. It's still broken. But this beautiful box that my grandpa, who's now passed away, bought me. And it's made out of cedar and it smells really pretty. And it had like a little latch on it and a lock. And I used to put jewelry and like some dried flowers in it because I was a witchy little child. And I put it up in my closet because it was like, now I have something I can lock and have secret. I had no secrets because I'm a child, but I would keep my little things in there. And one day I came home from school and get off the bus, walk down my driveway, come inside, go down to my bedroom, and that box is quite literally torn in half on my closet floor. Like, the latch completely ripped off. The little lock, you know those little child locks for diaries? Ripped off. The lid ripped off. All my jewelry and shit on the ground. Like, all these little shells and preciouses on the ground. And I go upstairs and I ask my mom, like, what the fuck? She goes, I thought you had cigarettes in it. So you just destroy something that's special to me? And leave it? Okay. Sure. What up, Insane? How are you? Nope. Movie night should be the same. It's for all the midnights. It should be. Like, as honestly, you know what? I just told Knives he can do whatever he wants. If he needs a break or if he doesn't want to host, I am there. I will be there. So it's whatever Knives wants to do. And then outside of that, I will take over if he wants. Because, like, it's exhausting. The Tammy shit, it's every 20 fucking minutes. You literally can't do anything outside of movie night when you're hosting it. It's a nightmare. Because of Discord. Discord's a piece of shit. My life goal is to respect my children enough they don't hate me as adults. To be fair, I do not hate my parents. I just have so much resentment. So much resentment. Which isn't better, but not hate at all. I try to, like, I think part of becoming an adult, Sarah, and I'm sure you identify with this as well, is realizing that our parents are just human beings, and their parents were just human beings, and they're all just trying to fucking do what they were taught is the best, you know, or try to do something. And, like, my mom was raised by Irish Catholic nuns. Her mom was raised in an Irish Catholic nunnery orphanage. Like, the fact that any women in my family have any amount of love in their heart is a fucking miracle in itself. And I have to constantly remind myself of that. Like, no one I came from happy places at all. As shitty as my situation might have been, it was probably the best. Which is so fucked up, but probably real. So I try to give breaks for that. Because everybody's perfect. You can't, you know, I mean, nobody's perfect. It's just not possible. Oh my God, Sarah. I read this on Instagram recently. It was, I think it's part of a poem or something like that. But it was, oh God, how did she word it? It was a woman like writing a letter about her daughter or whatever to her future daughter or something like that. And she said something along the lines of, I pray to God my daughter never knows the sound of my footsteps. That was it. I pray to God my daughter never knows the sound of my footsteps. And that sliced so hardcore into my spinal cord that I still collapsed a little bit thinking about it. Right? That was it. That's all it needed. And it just like, bleh, what? But man, what an admirable goal. What an admirable, beautiful goal for someone to have. Because like, that made me, I'm just saying that takes you back to that spot of, for me, living in a basement and hearing all the footsteps. I could literally identify who was home by what you sounded like walking on the floor or what you sounded like coming down to the stairs into the basement. And I knew your fucking mood. Like having to clock that 24/7, you're basically just in a survival mode, like just, you know, fight or flight all the time. And imagine like not clocking footsteps. Because I still do it to this fucking day. Imagine a life where you're not clocking the mood of everyone in your immediate vicinity for fear you might get hit. Imagine. And the fact that there's at least one human aiming for that? Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. That's momming. Like, that's pretty cool. Imagine not flinching, just thinking about it, I had to put my hands in my pockets because all the hair on the back of my neck starts to stand up like I'm in trouble. It doesn't matter if I did anything. It's just like, if someone's mad, they will find someone to blame it on. I'm going to be in trouble because I'm home. That was it. It was so psychotic. That was a thing. I mean, I imagine. Some people are trying. I think a lot of people our age are trying desperately because we came out of the parents of the golden era, whatever, that are like, if you work hard, you can be whatever you want, which is just not true at all. Oh yeah, I was talking about this recently. I had a group of friends that were part of a Tongan family growing up, and their dad would say, "Go pick your stick." And they would tell the story of how when they were little kids, they thought a little stick was the best option, so they'd go break a piece of the willow tree off because they're like, "It's little, this can't hurt." Imagine hitting your kids with a stick. I can't hit my dog. Don't think you should hit dogs, just for the record, but like, actively telling your child to pick a stick to then beat them with? Everybody goes through shit. We all have a different flavor of shit. You can't compare the shit, it's just all shit, and we gotta aim to be better. That's it. A switch. Yeah. Oh, same. I call it eggshell walking. You walk silently. I walk like a cat. The only thing that gives me away is my toe bones crack. I walk like on my tiptoes like a ballerina or a cat. To this day, I can't not do it. Like, I walk like a ninja because I'm terrified someone might hear me, and then that means they have perceived of me and they're going to ask something of me, or I'm in trouble. It's one of those, it's never something just positive. Just like, hey, I was thinking about you. You're pretty. It's, oh, you're here? Do dishes. Or something. Do I want a story about sticks? I don't think so. I still silently close doors. Same. I silently set things down on counters. Like, that, I think, came from being a kid, though. Like, our house was 3 stories, and I would come up from the basement in the middle of the night to go to the kitchen to get like a snack. And if my mom heard the refrigerator door, she would get up out of bed, put a robe on and her slippers, come all the way down the stairs to ask me why I'm eating because I'm fat. At 2 in the morning. So to this day, if I open a fridge, I'm like, and I have to silently pull stuff out because God forbid someone perceives me eating something. I'm working on it. Don't worry. It's not like I just accept these behaviors. I definitely work on them. But like, what the fuck? Like, genuinely, if someone asked me, like, why do you move so quietly? I just don't want you to know I'm eating in case you think I'm fat. What? Glut. Weight means none of it. Pretty common in Tongan families. What I hate the most about it is that it can normalize violence to those people too. So being hit actively makes them worse people. It's very sad. I hope they're not like that as adults today. We're not in contact anymore, but I hope. Same. Oh, Glut. The amount of times I've made Zeke jump, which secretly gives me a little bit of pleasure because I like seeing him afraid. But like, I sometimes I have to like knock or I'll make noise on purpose when I'm walking around so I don't scare people. Right, Big Sam? Yeah, exactly. We're gonna be deadly when we hang out. They already are. Like, it's fine. We'll be fine. I was like 7 to 8 years old. My mom saw me throw a stick at another kid. She called me into the house. I have no idea where she found it, but she beat me with a log like a fucking ogre club. Then there was a time I was trying not to cry and she thought I was laughing, then got a jar of red pepper flakes and put it in my mouth. Wow. Did it work? I'd write her a letter and be like, remember all those chili flakes you waste on your mouth? Fuck. Oh, god damn it. This fucking bowl is always clogged. I swear to fuck. Every day. It's just got a narrow neck. You can still write her a letter. Every time I fuck a black man, I secretly look at my Nana in the sky and go, ha 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 ha, you racist hoe. Cheers. I do whistle a lot. That's probably my only giveaway is that I do. But I whistle like the song from Kill Bill. I hate to be found eating, but my fear was not being fat, but that I would be told that I wasn't allowed to eat. I still struggle with the thought of not having stockpile and hoard food out of sight. Same. I used to keep boxes of Triscuits under my bed. It was a weird time. My biggest fear is that I ever bring myself to have kids, I'll end up like my father. I never want to be anything like that. It's a legit fear. I think just the fact that you have that in your mind, like the coolest parents and the best parents that I've ever met are the ones that, like, they're not like, I'm going to be better than my parents, I'm going to do different. They're just like, I'm just going to be a good parent. Like, all I want to do is be a good parent and raise my child to not hate me. Regardless of what my parents did or what my personal things are, like, I'm just going to try to do my best. I think that's the best case scenario. Because, like, there are some, like, growing up, my mom would say a lot of things like that, like, oh, you don't know how good you have it because my mom would blah, 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 blah. So it was, like, justifying shit we were going through by, like, it could always be so much worse. And I think some people go the fucking drastic opposite when they're like, I hated the way my parents raised me, so I'm just going to be this totally freakish opposite. And that's not good either. Like, no, nothing in extreme is good. Twisted Nerve, thank you. That one. I used to whistle it in the hospital, not on purpose. It's just a real easy song to whistle repeatedly, and I'd be walking through the hallways, and patients would literally, like, call their nurses and be like, I think I need more drugs. I'm hearing that song from Kill Bill. Yeah, yes. I haven't whistled it in a bit, but that one, I can't whistle into the mic. It's terrible. Sometimes when I scream, I can hear my dad's voice, and it always makes me backtrack and calm down. I hear my mom in me all the time. Constantly. Words she says, intonations in just different words. We can't help it. Like, we are hard driven to be who we were raised by when we're little toddlers. We just have to try not to be the shitty parts, I think. Because, like, what else do you do? Just stop the madness, exactly. My goal is to raise my kids to feel accepted for who they are and to raise kids to respect other people. Oh my God, Sarah, I have to tell you this story. I'm so glad you said, I don't know why you reminded me of this, but I wanted to tell you, this is such a short, stupid story, but I went to Micro Center yesterday, got myself new keyboards finally, so I don't have sticky keys anymore. And there was a father and son in the keyboard aisle, and they were working with an associate, and they were putting together a keyboard. And it was super cute. Like, the kid was like, I would say like 10 or 11 probably. And I'm like reading keyboards and stuff. So I'm just kind of side hearing this conversation. But as they're about to leave, they're looking at all the custom keycaps because the dad's helping his son build a keyboard, which I just think is the coolest thing. Like, they picked out the switches, they picked out the board, they picked out everything. And the dad's like, all right, do you know which colors you want? And the kid points to the purple and pink. It's like a keyboard where the keys do a gradient of like purple to pink to like a pale orange color. It looks like a sunset. It's really pretty. And the little boy was like, that's the one I want. And the dad's like, okay, but you realize it's a set, so it's going to go purple to pink to orange. And the kid goes, yeah, I really like that. I like pink. And the dad goes, good, me too. And they fucking bought it. And I don't know why. I just thought that was really awesome. Because in my mind, in my experience in life, I would have had some slurs tossed at me for being gay and told that that was some Sally-ass pussy color scheme. Like, the conversation that I was expecting to experience just did not happen in any way, shape, or form at all. Like, genuinely, I was expecting pinks for girls because that's what I grew up with, which is fucked up, and none of that happened. Dude fucking landed it. It was just this random, I don't normally eavesdrop on people, but I was glowing with just, yeah, that's how you fucking do it, Dad. Just let your kid like shit. Just let people fucking like shit. Really. What's our worst case scenario here? That your kid likes a color? Oh, Amanda, same. I am. Oh my God. I wonder if I have it on my computer. I have a picture of my mom with blonde hair in high school, and we already looked very freakishly similar, but now that I have my blonde hair on, I wonder how fucking freaky it is. I don't know where that picture is. I'll have to hunt it down. I bet it's real scary though. I genuinely could show you a picture of my mother in high school and you would think it's me. I've actually done that, like gone to show people a picture and people have been like, "When did you get old-timey photos taken?" I am in actual like a bacterial bud off of my mother. It is, other than skin tone and height, our faces are frighteningly identical. I found one of them. It's not the one with her with blonde hair, but man, we look so similar. It's fucking weird. I don't know where that blonde one is, but hold on. One moment. Don't be a bitch. Edit. That's what I want to do. Thank you. I'm just scratching her name out. It's like her way maiden name, but you never know. Okay, hold on. Oh, PCs are so stupid sometimes. I love them, but they're stupid. That's my mom in high school. Isn't that weird? It's budding. I swear to God. It's the same mouth and nose and eyes and eyebrows. I know. I have one in color of her blonde, and it's even weirder. But genuinely, I'm a clone, a bud clone of her. Cheekbones, the lines, the teeth. Her teeth even cross the same in the front. It's really weird. Thank you. You know what's crazy, Knives, is it either goes one way or the other. My family, like my aunts and stuff, they either think I look a lot like my mom or my sister, and that one of us looks like my dad, but it's all different. Like, there's no consensus. Like, yeah, Katie looks more like the dad, Sarah looks more like the mom. They all have a different opinion of it, depending on what they look at. I have no idea. But I genuinely think I do. Oh my God. The first morning, I looked like my mother. Like, I looked in the mirror and was like, what the fuck? It's unsettling. It's deeply disconcerting when you look that much like somebody, to the point where like your teeth are identical, our fingers, our fingernail, like nail beds and shit are identical. But I have my dad's skin tone, I have his height, I have all that. And then both my parents have brown eyes, so I have no idea what happened here. I didn't get those. Kind of wish I did though. Brown eyes are beautiful. Blue eyes look soulless. I don't have a drink. Genetics are weird. I know. There was did you ever see that picture? I think it was around Halloween or something like that, but it was this picture of like a kind of white trash couple with their kids in the 80s, and someone superimposed Zach and I's face onto it. I genuinely can't look at it because it's the closest I've ever looked like my mom in my fucking life. Because not only is the chick blonde, but it's blonde and curly. I hate it. I don't know where the fuck it is. But it genuinely, the first time I saw it, I was like, that's my mom. Blonde, curly hair, that's my mom. oh so hard I look like my mom, like in a weird, very like uncanny valley kind of way. I think someone put it on Twitter or something. I don't know where the fuck it is. I didn't save it because it genuinely gives me the creeps. Hi, Bubba. You want to come say morning? Or just stretch on me. Hi. Good morning. How's your day? Good. Okay. Good boy. I have a huge penis, but I wouldn't say my penis makes me a male. My penis does not define me. Unless it's in your butt. I love this little double chin. What is this? Is that your extra skin, Bubba? You're such a sweet dog. Are you licking my sweater? No, your foot. Okay. He's just our baby Void. Every day is come for his snuggle. Because you're just the sweetest boy. What's on your foot? It just tastes good? Okay. Good job. I know, I need I forgot my water. That's the part that's killing me. I don't know what I did with my water bottle. He does. He does. If he sees a squirrel, poof. They're very strong. You just hanging, bud? Okay. Clean your foot. You're such a good boy. Do you need to go potty? Oh. Yeah? How bad? Just kind of bad? I know, that excitement. What? The furthest? I couldn't even... Honestly, I couldn't even calculate that because I take him for these really epic hikes up in the mountains. And we kind of do just a ton of switchbacks, and I take random knot trails. I like to get lost a little bit. I have no idea. Like, in miles, they can go forever. Oh, yeah. I tend to cut it, like... I usually go by time. Like, I usually only stay up there for a couple hours because of Lil's hip. Lil's I think she's kind of got some early onset arthritis going on. And I've been giving her that Dasequin, which has been helping a lot. But I notice after 2 hours of playing or hiking or running or walking or whatever, she starts to baby that leg really hard. But this boy, I think, could literally go forever. He has energy like me. If something's fun, he doesn't stop. Do you want to go outside and go potty? Oh, speak of the devil. Yeah, but it's not like just constantly walking for 2 hours. It's stopping and playing fetch. It's climbing a tree. It's stopping to look at some cool rocks or bugs or something. Like, it's just hanging with the dogs in the woods while they run around me in circles, I feel like. You're gonna clean your sister's face. You're such a good boy. I kind of feel that. Like, I don't get lost out, like, I don't, like, go to get lost and die in the woods. Like, please don't think that's what's happening. But I'm not into catered trails. Like, if I can find a little dirt, like a deer trail or something, I'll follow that until I find bear poop, and then I turn around. Because there's a lot of bear poop up there. But I have these guys with me. They're pretty good. They're meant for the woods. They love it. No shit. When he was younger, my old boy would walk like 9 miles and was still pulling me on the way home. That's what this boy would do to me. That's what Trick would do 100%. But we cut it for Bill's leg. But he'll go forever. He's got the stamina. You can climb trees? Everybody can climb trees. What? Everyone can climb a tree if it's climbable. Don't be stupid about it, but like... I highly suggest if you haven't climbed a tree recently to find a tree. We must not lose our childhood. We must not lose that child spirit in us that says, climb that tree, lay down in that grass, eat that bug. I'm going to take a break with my dogs. Be right back. I told you guys I have that fucking Bixby alarm, so it's like a chick talks to me. And the first thing she says was, "Good morning. Today we'll have a high of 18 degrees." So that set my day up. It's a whole 19. It's because I talked about it being warm. I tricked myself. I fucked it. Whoops. It's not enough degrees. And it's because it was windy. Yesterday was so fucking windy. I'm just turning my heater on. It was crazy windy yesterday. When I was driving to Micro Center, I could feel it like pushing and pulling at my Jeep. It was fucking weird. I hate that feeling. Where you can kind of feel the top of it like doing that a little bit. Ugh, but that wind brought in cold. It's just chilly as fuck. Thank fuck for space heaters. I have eaten crickets in, I think I just ate crickets. They were like fried with barbecue spice or something. I did it for charity. They're not great. There's nothing to them. It's like eating a splinter. They're just like woody. I don't know how to say that. It's like eating the shell of a crab. Yeah, it was fucking gusty. Yeah, honestly, things don't freak me out. It's textures. So like a cricket does not freak me out. But if shrimp tail, exactly, that's what it's like. Yeah, that's a way better. Yeah, deep fried shrimp tails. Yeah, they just kind of like crumble. I drove a 14-foot box truck from Plano, Texas to Chicago, Illinois, and the wind was ridiculous. I can't even imagine. That's the one downside to having a bigger vehicle or a truck or something. I cannot fucking fathom in a box truck. Baked mealworm I would do. Yeah, it's the, like, the big grubs and shit where it's got the gooey shit in it? Nah. None of that. Like, the texture is what would get me. But eating bugs and stuff, whatever. It's just like, it's meat. At the end of the day, like, I don't understand people that are like, ew, bugs, but they'll eat shrimp and crab. That's no judgment, like, to each their own, but shrimp and crab are literally the cockroaches of the ocean. They're bugs. It's all bugs. Yeah, no shit. There's a grocery store that was near me when I lived in Baltimore, Mom's, and they sell cricket flour. And it is insanely high in protein. And I know people have baked with it. It just tastes like flour. It's just like got cricket meal incorporated into it. Lobster, crab, all those. That's all just fucking sea bugs. Yeah. I mean, they're all invertebrates, right? Like if you look at evolution at a grand scale, we all came from the ocean. Things just slowly started to crawl out of the ocean and learn how to live both and then learn how to live in air and stuff like that. And like there are land crabs, right? Like coconut crabs. Those are those huge ones. There's hermit crabs. There's the, I can't remember the name of them, but there's an island. Is it Valentine Island or something? It's called something interesting, but it's where those little tiny microscopic crabs just like swarm the streets for days and then they grow big and you're like not supposed to run them over and whatnot. Like, crabs live on land and the ocean. They're just bugs. They eat dead stuff. When I crack open a crab, there's meat. When I crack open a cricket, there's slimy goo. A raw cricket. Have you ever cracked open a raw crab? Because it's slimy goo. Not to freak you out about crab, but like all that meat is fluid. They're just like spiders. They move by torsion. What is it? Not torsion. I always say torsion. Hydraulics. They move with a hydraulic system inside of them. There are some cultures that eat raw crab, and the only way you can really eat it is by marinating it first so that all that fluid kind of congeals and it changes the molecular structure of the protein so that it's a solid again. But it's just fluid on that inside. You gotta cook it to make it not fluid. It's pretty fucked up. Hydraulics. Yeah, hydraulics. They're just like spiders. Literally, and I'm not doing this to freak people out, but a crab and a tarantula are borderline fucking identical on the like outside and inside. Tarantulas are just on the land, so they have hair. But if you look at a coconut crab, they have hair. Crabs are honestly closer to scorpions or like false scorpions, which is even freakier because they got this and they got chelicerae. Little mouthpieces. I love crab, by the way. But it's Christmas Island. That's what it is. Where all the crabs go. Yeah. Yeah, it's just fluid in there. You gotta cook it. Otherwise, it's just blah, blah, blah. We were already losing thousands of chickens and dozens and hundreds of cows in the US because I know it's terrible. It's horrid. Like the amount of animals, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, it's the horrific living conditions in factory farms, yeah? Which I've spoken on my negative opinion of a million times. That's like my biggest gripe with meat in America and the dairy industry and shit. It's grotesque, the conditions that we keep these animals in. And so it's led to like flocks and herds being culled because they're diseased and shit. It's horrible. Japanese spider crabs are crazy. Have you ever seen, what are they just, is it the Alaskan king crab? Is it, man, I grew up in the Pacific Northwest. I should know this. This is terrible. The ones with the legs longer than mine. They're literally underwater spiders, man. Those things creep me out more than spiders. They just are all legs. They're like the daddy long legs of the ocean. If you've ever seen a daddy long legs, they look like that in the ocean. Are those king crabs, those big? Yeah, I can't. There's king crabs where you get the crab leg. And then there's, is it Dungeness? Dungeness is like the red one that's like the big body and the claws, right? And then there's blue crab. I think those are the main crabs we're eating these days. I literally went from like crab salmon mecca to another crab mecca, so I get a little confused. Oh, I mean, we're already in that glut, 100%. The big leggy ones do. It's very weird. Like my tarantulas do not scare me. None of them, because they're short and fat and squat and slow for the most part. But like if you remember, this was years, God, 4 years ago. I got some of those orb weavers that they have like in Florida and shit that grow really big. I got some babies and I raised them. And spiders don't live very long. Like spiders comparatively to tarantulas, it's nothing. Like a spider lives like maybe a year versus tarantulas can live up to 35. I hated them. Man, it makes my skin crawl even thinking about them. I hated them. I did not enjoy raising those things. They were just so leggy. I have a bird eater up there. I have a bird eater. She doesn't freak me out though. I mean, kind of. She's so big that you can hear her now. And that's the part that like a little bit of a, like, if I go and pour water in her water dish, she always attacks it. Like attacks the water dish because she thinks it's a bug because they're blind. For the most part, it's just movement and vibrations that they sense their world with. And when I put water in her water dish, she comes rushing out of her burrow and I hear her feet doing that. It's that's unnerving a little bit because she's just so big and so heavy. But like none of them can harm me. It's just me being afraid they're going to escape and I won't be able to catch them and they'll die. Like that's the fear. No tarantula could exist in this environment right now. It would just fucking die. That's what would make me sad. Brown and common European crabs have a huge comeback off the coast here because of the gigantic offshore wind farms. Really? They're having a comeback because of wind farms? Why? Like, what is that doing? Is it just because the waters are protected and like not fishable anymore or something like that? Because I had no idea. That's kind of fascinating. Oh, can't trawl in the wind farm. It's a marine reserve now. We should do that everywhere. Save the poor fish. They should do that near, like, I mean, if they can, if it's not detrimental, do that near reefs and shit. Get people the fuck away from reefs. The reef destruction is some of the saddest shit I've ever seen, but I've seen some cool documentaries about people that have been 3D printing new coral that's like indestructible so that the little creatures that create the coral, they'll embed themselves into the 3D printed coral and build off of that. So then if some fucking motor comes by and knocks some of the coral, that 3D printed part can't be knocked. So the animal can still like live. The animals. I think for the most part, coral is actually like colonies of animals, right? Like living in a thing and building it with their spit, kind of. I don't know. The ocean's wild. I mean, if you just made that shit a marine reserve and turned it into money, people would be all for it. It's when you just want to make something a reserve that's not getting money that no one supports it. You're not allowed to dump sewage in the ocean, I don't think. I think that's really illegal, isn't it? There was a company just north of where I grew up in Washington State. I grew up like right on the Canadian border. And so I grew up on the river, and the Columbia, the Lake Roosevelt, whatever you want to say, the Columbia comes from Canada. And I can't remember the name of the company, but there was a company right on the border of Canada that would dump all of their chemical waste into Lake Roosevelt, into the Columbia, because where they were dumping it was immediately across the border in the US, so they couldn't get penalized by Canada. But people eventually found out, and now, like, I've talked about this before, but like the river I grew up on had signs at every single boat launch that was like, do not eat more than 3 times out of this lake a week for fear of like mercury and all these crazy chemicals that were dumped into the river so long ago, but I can't remember what it was. I mean, true, like, even when it's illegal, it doesn't stop people. Polluting is legal, like, that's just pollution, right? It's technically against the rules, but it's a big scandal that the privatized water system has been dumping raw sewage into rivers and seas. Ew. Oh, that's a big fucking yuck. Wow. The privatized water system is doing that? Wow, I'm sorry you guys are dealing with that. That's really fucking gross. Under federal law, it's illegal to toss any garbage from a boat while you're anywhere in lakes, rivers, bays, sounds, offshore in the ocean less than 3 miles. Wait, but if you go 3 miles out, you can just toss garbage? Don't do that, but like what? That's the limit, is 3 miles? I shit you not, I went kayaking earlier this year and the river was silted up for meters thick with raw human feces. What? They get fined, they just put up the fees because they have all the money. Wow. That's...
That's pretty shitty.
That's fucking gross. I love kayaking. That breaks my heart for you. That is... Ew. I mean... So... You can't compare shit, right? But like where I kind of grew up in the Pacific Northwest, we used to go kayaking all the time. My parents have 2 sea kayaks that my bio dad built. They're like the big, long fiberglass kayaks. And the constant fear that we had, it was based on this crazy statistic. In the Pacific Northwest, I don't know, it's not a statistic. It's a real thing, though. It's not like rumored or anything. There is an abnormal amount of feet that float up on the shores wearing shoes, but no people. I don't know how to describe, like, it's so fucking weird. But like, there's the San Juan Islands and there's the Puget Sound, and there's something about the waterway there with the Puget Sound and the San Juan Islands that if people die in the water, the sea bugs eat them, and because their feet are still in shoes, once the sea bugs eat through the leg, the foot floats to the surface because shoes float. And because of the crazy like tides and shit going on in the Puget Sound, the feet just tend to get cornered and wash up. So like you can look it up. It's just this wild statistic, like more than anywhere else in the world, the Pacific Northwest gets a lot of feet washed up on the shore with shoes on them. And so, like, kayaking, young kayaking, like, in college and shit, that was a big, like, please don't see a foot. I don't want to see a foot. I don't want to find a foot. I don't want to find a foot. Oh, it's just an otter. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just, but you win. I don't know. I think I'd rather find a foot. Hi, Molly Love. How are you? What up, Bobo? It's weird, right? It's like up. It goes the Pacific North. It's like the Puget Sound, San Juan Islands, and then up BC as well, like the coasts of Canada. It's that whole, I don't know, inlet thing. Just gets a lot of feet. It's so weird. There's technically no jurisdiction once you hit 24 miles off the coast. Imagine just dumping trash in the water. Be careful for turtle. Fuck yeah, Bobo. The amount of pollution in our waterways and wildlife. I refuse to eat raw fish, raw meat or fish, cooked or fuck off. Yeah. I mean, there's a reason why they have to freeze fish before they can serve it raw or cooked. It's the parasites and shit. So it's an eddy point, like the North Atlantic rubbish patch. Yes, that's kind of what's happening. It's like just the way that what's the word for the way water moves under the ocean? There's a fucking word for it, and I'm just absolutely losing it right now. Current, is it the current? Jesus Christ. Current, the undercurrent. Wow. My brain just could not figure that fucking word out just now. Thank you. The undercurrent drives shit to just be piled up in this, and it's feet. Feet. And you know that the Pacific Northwest has like an abnormal number of ratio of serial killers, I guess. So it's always that mixed in, like, where'd the foot come from? I've never found a foot. I've never found a people part. Thank fuck. Ever. Just FYI. That hasn't happened to me yet. Ooh, did you roast them? Well, should I even ask? Of course you roasted them. There's no such thing as a perfectly boiled fucking Brussels sprout. What up, 6 feet? Happy whatever, love. I hope it's not terrible. Shit. That is so gross. Viata, have I ever told you about the Denver water? Not mine. I am thankfully not on Denver's water system. But Bree told me this. Because her and Scott are now on the official Denver water system. I'm not Denver proper. I'm like literally across the street from Denver proper. It is. And it also, this is what she told me. So she's like, every couple of years, it starts to take on this really bizarre flavor because the enormous Denver water tanks are just riddled with this crazy algae growth on the inside. But they don't do anything about it until enough people complain about the color and or flavor of their water. So it takes like 3 years for enough people to bitch that their water's turning brown and tastes like mold for the city to like do something about it, and then they just wait again. I'm not on that water. My water's great. But like, fucking ew. Yeah. That was what she told me when we moved in their house. She's like, you're lucky you're not on this water because it's fucking gross. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Isn't there a few? I want to say there's a few, and they're enormous. Does it say how big they are? They're like miles across, I want to say. The researchers from the Ocean Cleanup Project claimed that the patch covers 1.6 square kilometers, 620,000 square miles, consisting of 45,000 to 129,000 metric tons of plastic as of 2018. Disgusting. Humans were a mistake. Anubis, there are multiple places in the United States of America where people have now, how long has it been? 7 years without clean water? Like, genuinely 7 years without safe water to drink. Multiple places. I know we all think of Flint first, Flint, Michigan. Multiple places. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It is fucking sick. There's no, how do you say it? Overarching group of people to step in and be like, this is fucked up. I feel like a proud mama, you said the thing. Humans are, they are. I mean, it takes a while to learn it. I did, oh shit, Allie. Oh, I see it, it's fine. It's been a while. It's okay. You can, bitch, life gets in the way. I'm so happy to know you, and I hope one day we get to meet. You're the coolest person I know. Shush. Bitch, so expect within 3 months? Thank you for being a part of my life. I hope I'm same. I hope to meet you, and I hope to get to hug you one day. Thank you, my love. It's, Zendivia, it's a mix. I mean, it's basically just a case of people dying in the ocean for one reason or another, and their body sinks to the bottom, but once their body starts to break down, the foot releases from the leg, and the shoe, because they're rubber, floats. So that's why the feet wash up and not the rest of the body. I'm sure they've solved some murders off of it and shit. I haven't really looked into the foot thing, which is weird considering how much I'm into true crime. I should probably do that. But yeah, it's just like it's a strange phenomena where the feet float because they're in shoes that are rubber and float. Wealthiest country on the planet, by the way. Yeah. There isn't a committee that regulates water safety conditions. Thank you. Because money. Because they don't have to. Anubis, you've seen Aaron Malkovich, right? Is that what it's called? Aaron Malkovich? It's like based on a true story, but it's starring Julia Roberts. And she investigates this horrible chemical spill that's been poisoning people for years. And the company is just, oh my God. You should watch that movie and just apply that to America. That's pretty much what we deal with constantly is like, I think I'm going to dig in my yard. Why is the dirt blue? Oh, there was a chemical spill here 50 years ago that's causing breast cancer? What? Constant. That's just happens all over all the time and nobody gives a fuck because healthy people don't make money. Brockovich, not Malkovich, Brockovich, Aaron Brockovich. I haven't seen it in years, but it's one of my faves. It's a really good movie. Julia Roberts fucking slays it, but it's based on a true story. Like, very, very well, according to what I've read. Like, closely. Really well done, based on a true story of a random woman who, like, goes through a terrible divorce, has a bunch of kids, needs a job, kind of strong-arms her way into being, like, a paralegal assistant for this guy. And while reading paperwork and going through his paperwork, she finds this case, and she gets ultra interested in it and starts interviewing families. And it blows up, and it became this insanely famous thing that actually happened in the US. It's crazy, where the ground was actually violently turquoise green, like 6 inches under, and people were dying rampantly of cancers. And the company was just paying families off, one at a time, over, like, but it was disgusting. Like, they'd give a family $2,000, because Nana died. And the kids were infertile, like, it's horrific. But that's going on all the time. It's just a matter of, like, when are they going to get caught? Because, as we always say, it's never the first time they've done it. It's just the first time they've been caught. I was thinking of the person John Malkovich and Aaron Brockovich. Sorry. John Malkovich, that's a crazy movie. Being John Malkovich? That's a weird one. I saw that way too young. Did not understand what I was seeing. Wild movie. Not that one. Aaron Brockovich. Thank you. Yeah, I mixed those two up. I know. Anubis, it's shit you don't hear about because it's not fun and interesting like the absurdity of Elon Musk or Trump. But that's the shit we deal with just on a 24/7 constant basis. And it takes like, for instance, a water supply to get so bad that it's killing millions for it to change, i.e. New York City. New York City has infamously one of the best and cleanest water systems. The water in New York is pristine. City, it's phenomenal, which is crazy because the city smells like pee. The water's off the shit, but it's because it got so bad and so many people live in one area that they had to do something about it, and that's kind of what ends up happening. There's a TV show that was remade for America called High Potential. The main character is basically Aaron Brockovich meets Sherlock Holmes. Ooh, was it good? That sounds familiar. High Potential. I always bring New York water home with me. Like, I literally fill up water bottles with it because it's just pure. It's just it's the cleanest water. It doesn't smell like chlorine. It doesn't smell like chemical. Like most water in the US, in my experience, you pour it, you pour it out of the faucet, and it kind of has a fizz for a minute, and then it stops, and then you gotta wait, and then the chlorine smell goes away, and that's all the chemicals they're dumping into our water to treat all the fucking, like, growths and shit in our water system because it's just so fucked up. And the pizza crust, yeah. It stars Caitlin Olsen from... Oh, I love Caitlin Olsen. Why have I... Oh, wait, no, I think I have... I didn't... Oh, my God, this is why it's familiar. I think I've seen, like... It's been suggested to me. I'm gonna write it down. It's been suggested to me, and I saw her face and was like, High Potential? What the fuck? Hold on. Yeah, I want to check that out. So on the topic of NYC, and don't know if I've asked this before, in old movies like Friday the 13th, 8, you always see manhole covers steaming. Why is that? The air outside is colder than the air coming out of the... tunnels. And the pressure of all that air in the tunnels and shit makes it, and it is steam. That's probably not what you're asking, right? Why is the steam underground? The water tasting competitions between boroughs is real, and someone like that just has family there, not from there, I'd just be like, that's just good water. I don't know why any of you are bitching right now. No, it's nothing weird. It's literally just steam. Yeah, it's the sewer system and the tunnels underground and all the hot air built up by the trains and the human beings and the ventilation system. Literally, it just pressurizes and gets shot through, and it's a way of getting that hot pressure out of the tunnels under the streets and shit like that. Yeah. It's kind of always doing it. It's just you only see it at night when it's cold or in the winter when it's cold. But it's kind of always doing it. It's really disconcerting walking over one and getting that hot fart breeze up your leg. Yeah. One thing that I see in movies all the time about those man covers that I fucking hate, though, side note, they are impossible to lift up without a very specific tool, and even then, it's insanely illegal. But they show people in movies just like pushing them up and crawling out of tunnels or picking them up with one finger and flipping them to the side. Those, I don't know how much they weigh. It's too much. And you need a very specific tool to pop one off, and like legally you need allowance to. And I'm a little more passionate about this than I should be, but I've had more than this many kids in my ER die because they stumbled into a manhole cover someone didn't put back. And it's illegal to pull them off. So not only did you just lose a child, you're going to go to jail. It's huge. Don't fucking touch those. Stop it. They're, 90 to 250 pounds. They're so heavy. And I swear to God, they just show like people, just climbing out. And what? Absolutely not. Oh, there you go. Cold air holds less water vapor, so the warm, moister air coming out has a fog to it. There you go. And the more warm it is, the bigger the molecules, which makes them visible, right? Like we're seeing them, whereas when it's really hot vapor, we don't. Like if you look like on boiling water, there's an area above the boil where there's no steam, but it's actually is steam. It's just so hot and so moving so quickly we can't see it, and we're seeing it as it cools and slows down, right? Something like that. Man, I went through this shit so many years ago. When I moved to Charlotte and asked people, do you drink your water? They couldn't even answer me where it came from. I was dumbfounded. That's most of the world. It's very interesting. I feel like because I came from the East Coast side, I lived there a long time, I kind of got into that where I'm like, where's the water from? Baltimore water's pretty decent, by the way. It ain't New York water, but it's good. That being said, don't go swimming in the bay. Oh, God, it's got I think it's the highest percentage of arsenic to this day of any body of water in the world. The Chesapeake. Side note, you know how Maryland's like, crabs? They all come from Louisiana, because you can't eat out of the Chesapeake Bay, you would die. Crazy. Parts. I mean, I think there's some safe parts of the Chesapeake, but for the most part, it is not a clean water source. No. I've showed you guys that little... I don't even remember what it's called. It looks like a snail. It looks like a white snail, and it is powered solarly, and it goes across the top of the water and slowly starts to pick up trash. Like it's got a little rudder in it that picks up trash, and then it starts to load trash inside of it. And there's it was like college students created it for a college project, and it's still going to this day in the bay. And it's amazing. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. But yeah, that's another bay that has a problem with trash just like accumulating in it. Yeah, same reason you see your breath, yeah. The simple drain covers here aren't that bad, but there's no way you're lifting one from underneath without planting both feet on the ladder and pushing with your legs. Exactly. Yeah, they're so heavy. It's crazy. And I'm sure you guys aren't, like, I'm sure everywhere like, don't lift those up. Those are holes deep into the ground that are very dangerous. Like, we shouldn't be getting in there.
Come out.
At all.
I'm gay.
Thank you, Polygon. Ike, thank you so much for subbing the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving it a swings. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways, because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent. And I think about you and Potato every day. Potatoes in my heart. Thank you for that 90 months, Jesus Christ. You had family members in the water department? No shit. My ex's family was all in the water department for Baltimore. That's why I knew about all that water, too. We got a lot of awesome New York bitches here. It's so, I don't know why. It's interesting. Like, my entire Burning Man group is also New Yorkers. I feel like just subconsciously, because that's where my family come from, I like submerge myself in them. I'm like, yes, bring me your brash. Give it. It feels like home. You feel like family to me. You talk to me the way my family does, and I like it. I think something just went off in my house. I heard something sing me the song of its people. What's a perch? Happy New Year's, Ike. I hope you're doing well, honey bean. Most of them are stuck to some extent with the dirt around the rim. Oh, yeah. Yes. I mean, most of them don't need to be lifted at all. That's why videos of manhole covers getting blown off are so wild. You need an insane amount of pressure for that. Yes. Like, and wow, danger. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's like lawn darts. What do you do? What do you do if that's in the air? New Yorkers probably just continue on their day. Like, fuck. If it happens, it happens. That's my life. You guys want to get high and play some PoE? I don't know. Like, I have no other plans. Did forget it was New Year's Eve. Tonight, though, in the movie night, Knives is going to be, I don't know. Knives teased the idea of playing like 8 hours of movies, which is fucking insane. Fucking insane, in my opinion. But I'm here for it. I mean, genuinely, like, I know I'm not the only one here that, like, before movie night, I probably have a show on or movies. During movie night, I'm watching the movies. After movie night, I put on a show or movies. I go to sleep with a movie. It's not like that's not already happening. Oh, no. I didn't need the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I was just saying, like, if you stop that, you don't blame that shit on me. I was saying if we had a hard time finding 8 hours of movies, pretty sure the extended cut of Lord of the Rings is over 8 hours. So it's like, it's a failsafe if we're fucked, is what I'm saying. But don't you put that shit on me. 10, there you go, 12. I was gonna say 13 hours. I was gonna say 13. I was kind of on it. I'm partying in VRC NYC. In VRC is nuts. Nice. Be safe. I've lived over New York, but I've also never lived anywhere else. I mean, in my opinion, and this is coming from someone who only visits family there, 13 blocks is a new city. Ish. Like, to me, like, the cultural shifts and the tonal shift and the atmosphere shift of that city, every X amount of blocks, feels so unique. And, like, there is enough to do in a good, 5-block radius. You could literally live in that and never have to leave it. You'd never have to leave that 5 blocks, because everything you'd ever fucking imagine needing in your existence is within that 5 blocks. That's what that city is. Which is crazy. It's so bizarre to experience, so I kind of understand that. Put it on me, I'll be to BAME. Lord of the Rings trilogy, let's go. Dude, I love the Lord of the Rings. I just didn't want to put 12 hours of extended cut on my head. For those that don't like Lord of the Rings, like, I'm not taking that. That's something I do when I need a good cry. Viada's cashing in on movie choice. It is birthday cash in. That's the rule. 21-ish if you watch the Hobbit extended trilogy. I don't... I'd vote the Hobbit cartoon before that. It wasn't bad. Lost Boys. Birthday choice, Lost Boys. Is anyone going to be mad about Lost Boys? If you get out. We don't need that kind of negativity in our life. The Hobbit trilogy ain't bad. And I think Benedict Penguins, Cumberbatch, Benedict Cumberbatch did a phenomenal job voicing Smaug. I just am old, I think. Have I just gotten to that old nostalgic point where I'm like, the cartoon's better? They just added so much shit I don't care about in the movie, like the romance and the extra characters and all the river shit that was just like... And that's because I came from the land of reading the book, then watching the cartoon a million times as a child, and going to that movie like, what is this? Like, and I really have an affinity for the way that the dragon looks in the cartoon. Like, he's like a red fucking, like, almost like a Chinese wolf dragon kind of shit. And that it was just so badass to me. And when that movie was announced, like, I was really excited for that. And instead, they were just like, meh, we're just going to make him look like all the gold he sits on. And I was like, okay. Like, just creative choices that me probably being old, I'm just like, I just want what I wanted, and you didn't do it. How dare you? Which is stupid and pretentious, and I shouldn't do that. I own Lost Boys on Prime. Like, I bought it, so if it's not available in a good form, I can host. That's not a problem. That's one that I bought many, many moons ago and will own for the rest. I have it on DVD, too. Like, the attention to detail and stuff's amazing. Like, the movie itself, outside of being The Hobbit, is beautiful. Beautiful. No hate. Love it. It's stunning. I just really, old. It's like if someone... I equate that movie, The Hobbit. I watched it so much as a kid. That was very akin to The Last Unicorn to me. And someone Hollywooding and trying to make The Last Unicorn a real live-action thing with a bunch of CGI and shit in it today would probably piss me off just the same. Because they do shit to it, change it, add characters, make it sexy where it shouldn't be. It's same. I think there's no way you can do... You're not going to do the cartoon. You can't. So, like, don't try. Just do something different, which they did, and I think they did a decent job. Just wasn't the same, which is fine. Who wants the same? Damien, thank you. Happy New Year's, Honeybean, and I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm starting to get used to the hair. Happy New Year's Eve, Young. New Yorkers, do any of you actually go out? How cold is it there? Yeah, it's like trying to make The Last Unicorn into Charlie the Unicorn. God damn it, they got my kidney. Sometimes it's done well, but you can taste the whole it tested well with focus groups bullshit. Exactly. Yeah. And the obsession with just, like, every story has to have some sort of romance in it or sexual tension or something. And that wasn't in The Hobbit. Like, they were just like, we'll just write a whole new character, a ginger elf. They'll love it. Bitches love a ginger. And she'll be fucking up a hobbit, and people will be heartbroken, and they'll love it. Like, that just tastes like unnecessary. I know what you're doing here, and I don't like it. She was hot. Don't get me wrong. That's a horrifying face. It's in the 50s? No shit. Oh, it's not that way here. I mean, I would never go to Times Square any time of year, let alone this time of year. That was like my first time going to Boston on St. Paddy's Day. That was a mistake. That was a mistake that I had to experience. So I'm here to help you not experience that. Don't do that. You will regret it. Boston's a very pretty city. It's very fun to experience. Not on St. Paddy's. That's not it. Same. And I didn't realize it was St. Paddy's. That was the crazy part. I was doing like an East Coast couch surf for spring break during college. And like, I stayed with a friend up in Gloucester for a while. And then I stayed with a friend in New Haven and then in Hartford, Connecticut. That was fucking weird. And then we went down the coast and, my night in Boston, not even realizing, because it was just random. It was just like, whatever. There's a fly in my fucking house. I'm going to kill it. Come here, you bastard. That's how warm it's been, is that there's a fly. And it's almost January. Why is there a fly? I'll kill it. Yeah, I remember I just got on the train to go to Boston from, I think, New Haven or something. And the closer I got, the more people started piling on the train covered in the beads and the green, and they had alcohol. And I was like, oh, fuck me. This was not the day to come to Boston. And it was wild. I thought crimes were going to happen. That was fucking wild, man. I have never experienced that shit in my life. Like, that level of drunken debauchery. And I was there for the riots up in Canada when the Canucks lost. It wasn't even that, like, that was a fucking Disney park ride compared to Boston on St. Paddy's. Fuck that. Holy, people just want to get hurt. I don't know. It's crazy. They're wild. It was wild. I love me some hedonism, but holy shit. Boston has the most Irish pubs I've ever been in, even more than any in actual Ireland. I think I want to say there's a huge population of Irish immigrants in Massachusetts. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I want to say there is, and it probably became a kitsch thing because of it. Is it? Okay, there is. I have family there, but that doesn't mean there's a large, I have Irish family there is what I'm saying. In Gloucester. Gloucester. You gotta get lobster in Gloucester. Which, by the way, is spelled Gloucester. Words don't make sense. But yeah, I didn't want to generalize that. But I do know that, I mean, Boston St. Patty's, that is... Wow! It is I can't even describe it. I mean, I was in those fucking, when the Canucks lost up in BC. That was scary as fuck. I lived in Baltimore during the fucking riots. It was scarier. St. Patty's in Boston is scarier than any of those events across the board. Holy shit. You walk into one, it's incredibly Irish. Is it incredibly Irish, or is it like walking into a bar decked out in American eagles and American flags in another country and being like, it's incredibly American, in that, like, no one in America's home or bar looks like that. It's like the carried stereotype. Is that what it is? Or is it really authentic? Okay, I was genuinely asking. I have no idea. St. Patty's Day in South Chicago is a whole ass event. So much day drinking on the street and cops just making sure people aren't idiots despite the open container laws in Chicago. Yeah. St. Patty's reminded me a lot of Oktoberfest. St. Patty's in Boston, very specifically, it was closer to Oktoberfest in the sheer volume of vomit everywhere and garbage and broken glass. It's like, it's so weird because any other day in Boston, people are like, this is my city. I'm so fucking proud of it. I love my city. Yeah, Boston. St. Patty's, burn it to the ground. Fuck it, burn it to the ground. Puke on it, piss on it, shit on it. Broken glass everywhere. Fuck it. Any other day, this is my fucking city. What? Okay. Cheers. Is there an open container? Is it against open container law, or is it like you can have an open container law? Like Vegas. Is it really authentic? Interesting. But almost a caricature. Everything that could inspire charm, right down to the layout and the timbers the bar is made from, you'd only find maybe one or two of those characteristics in pubs over in Belfast or Dublin. Oh, I get what you're saying. So it's like they take everything that is cute and Irish core and congeal it into one. All of it. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's just like overdone a little bit. Culture definition. The paint job of the local crazy. I love that. Oh, you are? You're not allowed. Okay, you're not allowed to have an open container. So, I mean, I'm assuming it's kind of like Hempfest in Seattle before weed was legal. Like, Seattle, Washington, I want to say was like the second or third state to legalize recreational weed.
Come out. I'm gay.
Thank you for subbing the class, keeping the class alive, and giving any swings for 20 months, Strata. I appreciate you. Hempfest has been going on forever, and it's basically just like this enormous pot festival that takes over the city for a while, and the streets shut down, and it's like street fair mecca, and a bunch of hippies laying out on, towels on the grass and smoking pot. Even before it was recreationally legal, though, it was a case of just like, as long as you're not doing anything nefarious and you're just smoking in the park, like the cops would just stand around and watch. And they didn't do anything. They didn't arrest anybody. Like, it was very like that. People threw weed at Woody Harrelson while he was on stage, and he couldn't pick it up because eyes were on him. Yep. Shit was wild. Hempfest was fun, though. A firearms ban? I wonder if that helps with anything. Walking around Boston, since weed is legal here, you can smell it everywhere in the city walking around. That's Seattle. Which is so interesting, because I think I've told you guys this before, but Seattle did this thing where they were like, we don't want to be known as a pot city, So we're gonna recreationally vote legalize weed in Washington State, but in these certain bounds of the like touristy part of downtown Seattle, so like Pike's Place Market, shit like that, no pot stores are allowed to be. So there are none. If you go to the most touristy part of the city, you will not find one pot shop. You might find a head shop that sells like bongs, but they won't have any marijuana at all. You have to walk a few blocks away from like the touristy shit, and then it's literally like a half moon circle of pot shops that just line this weird city line that doesn't make sense. It's not the city line, it's just like a line they decided like this is the touristy part of the city. No cannabis shops, no marijuana shops, literally anywhere. It's very bizarre, but literally Vissy and I walked those couple blocks to a dispensary, bought a shit ton of weed, and then just walked back smoking all of it down the alleys. And then when you get into the city, it just all smells like pot. Everywhere. Everywhere you go, you get these little whiffs of it constantly. That's amazing. That they threw weed at him. Things like hunting rifles are still allowed, but there's not really an open carry law that allows any of this. Interesting. Weed cafes? What, like you could smoke inside? Interesting. CO's kind of like that. Some of the state doesn't have weed. Really? Like up in Bobert land? TwitchCon 2019, shortly after weed was declared legal in Cali, you could see the weed fog around the airport exits from the aircraft as you landed. I believe it. Did you ever see that picture of, I think it was Canada as a whole legalizing recreational weed, but it was very specifically one area of Canada, and all these people outside these legislative buildings lit up at the exact same moment that it was voted legal. And it's like, it's incredible. It's kind of a really magical picture. I can't remember. Does anybody remember what I'm talking about? There's Canadians here. Help me out. It's like everybody is looked up and there's this like 2-foot space between them and the cloud and just this fucking cloud of people lighting up as it got legalized. It was really cool, but also hilarious because like they obviously all got that weed outside of legality, which is funny to me. Saw the first giant billboard advertising weed there. It was a massive culture shock. It's weird still to me how like, and especially just like in the US, for instance, like I was talking about this yesterday, we don't have state lines necessarily that are like bordered. There's no border crossing. You're kind of lucky if you realize you crossed state lines a lot of the time just by seeing the sign. Like if you look up at the right moment, you'll see like, welcome Montana. And then it's gone because you're on a freeway or something. Like you're just crossing over them. But literally like when I moved across the US, I moved from a recreationally legal state in my country where I bought an ounce of weed and I drove across enough states to rack up 8 felonies had I been caught with that weed. And then all of a sudden it was okay again once I reached some of the East Coast, and then it was a felony again. Like, no shit. This is a thing. Baltimore is recreationally legal now, I believe. But when I lived there, you were legally, you'll love this, you were legally considered a kingpin if you had a legal firearm in your home, as well as in addition to an ounce or more of marijuana. This is half of an ounce. So 2 of these, an illegal firearm licensed to you, and now you're a kingpin, which means like jail, like prison fucking time. I think about that sometimes. Like, there was a large portion of me in Baltimore. I was a fucking kingpin.
Fuck you.
Because my ex had a gun.
Satan's cock.
What the fuck? Alchemy, my love. That's a lot of fucking months. Thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving it 80 swings for 6 years. Wow.
Thank you, bitch. That's a long fucking time and I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well.
Here's to another year. I dressed up for it. Did I show you guys? I was like, you know what? It's New Year's Eve and bitches get dressed up, right? So I got on my my bleached sweats with the broken drawstring. I've got on my wife lover tank top because we changed the name because we didn't like the previous name, and my Walt dealer drugs hoodie. I'm ready for the club. Let's frickin' grr. I'm ready to play games and just be comfortable. I'm gonna be honest. Fuck the club. I prepared for a day of movies, gaming, and weed. And that's my favorite. Dude, Knives got it for me. It's Do you know that drummer guy we watch, Allie? Like the drum god. I always refer to him as the drum god, but his name is El Estebario Siberiano. He always has cool hoodies. Always. He always has these fucking cool hoodies. Knives went and found the company that makes them. They're very expensive. They come from like Prague or some shit. I mean, very expensive. It's like $60 a hoodie. It's not cheap, but it's literally the warmest hoodie I own. It's so fucking comfortable. Yes, Allie, yes. That guy. Thermal leggings, fucking A. Yeah, Knives, do you have... Can I see the brand? Hold on. Oh my god. I can't read that close. What does it say? My goo goo. I'm not kidding. I think it says my goo goo. Hold on. No, I think it says my goo goo. Mr. Goo Goo or something? Spin. This didn't make it any better, Katie. It is Mr. Goo Goo and Miss Go. No shit. Mr. Goo Goo. Like G-U-G-U. Mr. G-U-G-U. And Miss G-O. Oh, come on. We did it. That, Mr. Goo Goo and Miss Go. That's a weird name, but we've done it. Imagine going to Disney World. I think I'd get in trouble.
I'm going
I don't know, because they all are fucked up.
with Satan's
But I don't know.
cock.
Is Disney, would they do that? I don't know if Disney's weird like that. I know, like, if you're a quote-unquote cast member, they're weird about shit. Thank you, Anubis. Anubis went and found the fucking link. Adam, thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving it in your swings. I fucking appreciate you. Sup, you glorious deviant hoes. Amen. Seriously, you go in wearing actual merch and they're like, actually, I kind of want to do it now. Is that weird? Kind of want to go in there and be like, I bought this at your store, so... Kona, if you go to Disney once, I would highly suggest Disney World. Just because the parks are identical, like the Disney parks, for the most part, are identical, but Disney World is the world. So they put a lot more effort into the world building, and it is truly something unbelievable. Like, there's part of it you walk through and you're in Toy Story Land, and you're genuinely, like, underneath, like, wooden trains that are life-size, like, kids' toys. You're, like, crawling through kids' toys. There's the Avatar world. It's just... Star Wars Land is fucking off the shit. They put so much more into, like, the world of it and the atmosphere. Whereas Disneyland, it's a lot more scrunched. But it's the same stuff. It still is good. It's still great if that's the only one you can go to. I know, my snob headphones. I have, believe it or not, I have a wall of headphones. It's called the Morgue. It has a sign that legitimately says the Morgue. I went through so many goddamn headphones before I got here. So many, but man, are these gold on your fucking head. The company that tried to use Disney Plus terms and conditions to avoid paying out for a debt they caused Disney in a park. Yeah, I don't expect them to be nice about it. That's true. I forgot about that. It feels like you're in a world. We just went there when we went to my fiance's family in Florida. It really does feel like you're in a world. It's incredible. If you're wearing something they deem inappropriate, they will ask you to change and usually give you a free shirt to do so. At least they were a few years ago before people caught wind and did that just to get free shirts. I was going to say I'd do it just to get a free shirt. Shit. Good, Allie. I went to Disney as a kid before Star Wars Land was a thing, and I'm a little sad. It's so expensive to go. It is crazy. I mean, it's It is wildly expensive to go. It just is. That's it. It's so crazy expensive. Just the tickets alone, let alone eating there or doing anything there. It's a lot of fucking money. Star Wars Land is pretty fucking cool. Maybe when your kids are older. I know! Taking 4 people there is like the cost of a new roof for my house. Yep. That's perspective right there. That's ouch. Which is crazy because Disney Plus, in my opinion, is one of the, like, it has a lot of good content on it, but it's one of the worst players across the board of, like, providers of the entertainment. They're the worst. Yeah, the hotels are an arm and a leg. Anything inside the park is going to put you under. It's crazy expensive. Even a water. Thankfully, nowadays, you can bring a water bottle in, but Jesus God. It's crazy. Like, I'm one of those people that doesn't really eat there or anything. I just go and do all the park stuff. Maybe get a drink, maybe a weird snack or something. But other than that, I just can't stomach what it costs. Disney Plus is only worthwhile if you have kids. Yeah. Everything else you can almost find everywhere else. Everything else you can almost find everywhere else. That was redundant and I apologize. The website that has your hoodie has a matching pair of sweatpants. That's amazing. I don't have Paramount. I have never used Paramount. Disney Plus, it's just like stupid little things. But for instance, if you full screen it, spacebar doesn't work to pause the player. A lot of the times, if you're watching a show, for instance, it'll play one episode, and then when it goes to the next episode, even if you're on full screen, it minimizes the screen, and you have to get your mouse and go full screen in between every single episode, which is just little stupid things. But I'm like, you're Disney, figure it out. I don't feel bad criticizing Disney. You got money. Figure it out. Oh, boo. Do you know why? How do you know a cat's not feeling good? Do they get... Because my dogs get, like, clingy and they pant a lot. I'm fixing my cord and then changing into the game. Sorry. Oh, fuck. Sick. That sucks. They hide? Oh, that's so sad. That is fucking heartbreaking. Yeah, no shit. I was gonna say, cancel everything. You know when it loads and has an age thing that darkens the screen that happens every time it disappears and the buffering is ridiculous? Interesting. I'm surprised Paramount still exists. I know some people have it. It's like... I don't know how all of the... I don't know. How all of these different services exist baffles me a little bit. I don't wanna fall in love. Katie can type. Or can she? Or can she? No. What the fuck? Stop that. My computer tried to pull up my snipping tool. God knows why. Aren't they great? Yeah, I mean, seriously, we just found them through Siberiano, but a lot of their hoodies are fucking great. I know when, like, a sick he'll crawl under the couch and won't come out. That's so sad. That's why I have Disney, mate. Literally those. Mostly Star Wars. And I watch the classic Disney movies because I don't have a VHS player or the VHSs anymore. I genuinely, like, if I'm feeling icky and I just need to snuggle up and go to sleep, I'll put on, like, Jungle Book. Sleeping Beauty. The classics, they put me right the fuck to sleep. My kitties tend to become cuddly with me when they get all sniffly. Oh, they're just big babies who want me to make them feel better. That's the dogs. That's what it's like they need to be in my lap because their tummy is bad. And I'm just like, I wish I could help you. It makes me feel so sad. I'm really thinking about it right now. She's on the couch chilling, but we're like, I hope she's okay. I don't have to leave the house until 2025 either. It's the best. Yokes, we've got them. What up, Celestial? How are you, love? I'm just logging into PoE and stuff. And I figure we could play some games. And then maybe at the end of the day, we could play some... I don't know. It depends on what the fuck's happening for movie night. We shall see. Taco stuff, snacks, and regular groceries. Taco stuffs are the best. I used to eat nachos. I remember this one time, a friend of mine in high school had bunion surgery, like crazy when we were 16. She had these gnarly fucking bunions, and it made it so it was almost impossible to wear like cleats or shoes to play sports. So she had them removed, and so she was laid up for like 8 weeks. She couldn't walk. And I would go stay with her at her house, and we would just make plate after plate after plate of microwave nachos. And it was like this perfect recipe of like a layer of chips, shredded cheddar cheese, and then you would have a side of like sour cream and salsa. And that was it. But man, what a satisfying experience. It was wild. I just want to grab her and hold her like a baby. She'd look at me like, Mom, why? Yeah, 'tis the way of cats, though, right? Whereas dogs become big, big whiny babies. Immediately big whiny babies. I mean, I get it, though. Like, I don't know if cats get the same thing, but I've noticed that my dogs get a bubble in their tum. They'll get, like, bubble guts, where they just have to fart, I think, really bad, but it hurts, and they can't, and that's when they crawl up on my lap, because they're in pain. And that's just my soul. I'm just like, oh, my sweet babies. How I literally can't do anything. So I literally lay them on their back and I give them belly rubs. Because what else do you do? Like, I don't know. Poor babies. Nachos. Sorry. I feel like I do this every day. I talk about food and fuck with you guys. Okay, hold up. Stop it, ghost of a chance now. I know. I do it every day. The food thing. I figured out why you guys were quiet every day. It was OBS rerouting your audio for some reason. Yeah. Oh, gone. Nope. Nope. No shit. I don't know if you have a Windows 11 or not, but it's been happening across Windows 11 and 10 for me. Every time there's a Windows update, go check all your audio routing. It will be deleted. Like, every single time. Mm-hmm. Sounds familiar. Into? I don't care. Okay, if we do it, Rod has to do it. It's really easy. No, it's really easy, but if you're gonna do it, you should learn how to do it. Because that's, Vissy and I ran into that problem where sometimes it doesn't work for one person. I mean, might. Thank fuck. Dashboard. Yep. Dashboard, and then your, like, big fat buttons on the right, or wherever your panel is. One of them is, what is it called? Stream together. Yep. And then it should do, like, a pop-up. Okay. You should see just like a big gray screen with your symbol in the middle of it, which will be the streams. And then on the right-hand side, it should say invite guests at the very top. Click invite guests, and then just type in my name into the search. Search for someone to invite. Oh yeah, that shit it auto ons, so you'll have to turn it all off when it shares the chats. You'll start hearing me double. It did it to Viz too. But don't worry about it, you can turn it off afterwards. At the bottom of the screen, it's like, see all those buttons? Yeah, just mute everything. I do not have an invite. It's fine. It's broken. That's why I was going to say you do it, because every time we did this, it would take 5 minutes to get it to work. No, just try again. And if it doesn't work for you, as long as you know how to do it, that's all I wanted you to see. I can try it too. Nope. Don't touch anything. So now you see like 2 blocks where it's like your emblem and mine, right? So on the bottom right hand of the screen, you want to click chat, because otherwise it doesn't automatically bring up the shared chat, which is stupid. But then you don't have to look at the stream in this stupid window. Like, I usually minimize this download window, and in your chat now, like your personal chat, if the chatter's from my chat, it'll have my picture next to it. If they're from your chat, it has your picture next to it. But it's just in the normal chat. Hi, Android love. Is it still working for you, though? Do you see the little pictures? Okay, you do. That's the nice part. So we don't have to look at each other's chats. We can just, like, look at one. I did. I mean, he doesn't have to do shit. I hope you said thank you. I know, I'm just saying. At least we heard it this time, so there's evidence. Yeah. Milk the walnut. Milk the walnut. Milk it. I'm not massaging my cervix when I finger myself. I don't even think I could, but I'm just saying, like... Well, you guys have a very similar deep cadence, and I think the double, triple compression through Twitch might make you sound a lot more similar than you really are. Oh yeah, because two can fucking play that game, bitch. I can't even whatever. Who even the fuck? Stop it. You guys in Discord chat last night, I was just sitting here like, what the fuck? Freaks, that's hot. Oh, all right, right? I had to literally be like, you guys gotta calm the fuck down. I mean, we're all horny on Maine. It's just most of the time we end up talking about something fucked up that none of us are into, and y'all went off on a chain of something we are all deeply into. For the first time in a while. Wait, so how much time do you have to film? Breaks. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, not a 30-minute break, but you bust it up. Break times. Yeah. Yucky one what? Fiata has a point. In Knives Head. It's secret. Mm-mm. Which, wait. I have seen this one. I started watching that other show. What is it called? Yes, Pitsy. Yeah, that fucking checks out. I feel like I have some Hulks. Is it about Hulk? Oh, that's metal as fuck. So he sheds Bruce skin? Oh. And then, go on. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh. That's badass, though. So when Hulk has to change back, does Bruce crawl out of his asshole? Like the reverse? Yeah. I like that. I mean, it sounds more like classic modern werewolf transformations where they literally have to like it hurts. Ooh, I like that though. But it's just called the Immortal Hulk, right? Okay. I just wanted to make sure I was writing down the right title. What? And is that like their streaming service? Oh yeah. What does it normally cost? Oh, nice. 10 bucks. Well, now it's $10 a month. Pretty good deal. You totally did, and I was like, what in the fuck is he talking about? Thundercats? No, I was really trying for you. My brain. 100%. That's why I give you a chance, because I'm like, no, that could make sense. But also, what? Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought Black Widow was fun, and I think Florence Pugh did a great job. And her sister. I didn't even see that. Was it just did you see oh fuck, I just blanked on it. The spider one with the oh god. Madam Web. Did you see that? I was just gonna say that, Glad. I'm not kidding. I was literally just gonna say I did see it, but also I don't know if I saw it. That could have been a fucking fever dream. Like, what a hilarious piece of shit. We should watch it together for movie night some night, because it's like a group. We have to group hate. It's... Oh, yep, uh-huh. Absolutely. Morbius. It's Morphin. What is it? It's Morbin time. Glut's disappointment in his voice when he says that. It's Morbin time. The fact that you analyzed that movie just now is just incredible. I really see nothing to it at all. Like, it was... I was suffering for him because I was just like, why are you in this? What happened? Oh god, you're right. I was just gonna say, Jessica Jones was so good, though. Oh my god. He played such a good bad guy. Yeah. I did too. He just did a very good villain. Like Glut said, I fucking hated him. It was so conflicting in my head. I just remembered we watched Morbius, but I cannot remember a scene besides the dancing. Oh. Genova, that's all you need. Honestly, you might have a better memory of it because of that. Just think of it like a bad TikTok you saw once. Why did it bomb if it was good? Oh, the 3D shit probably killed a lot of. A Morbin. A Morbin. I love Lena Headey. I've seen it. It's great. I didn't know it did bad. Sad. What? Hold on. Oh, I don't own this one. Yep. I'm literally looking at the poster right now. And Phoenix. Interesting. Hold on. Oh, okay. Oh. Of course. Yeah. I was going to say why, but what a stupid question to ask. Didn't like Berserker or something have a big old helmet? What was his name? Not Berserker. Juggernaut. He had a big weird helmet, didn't he? That kind of looked like that. Yeah. Interesting. I know. I was just going to say, you're about to go so much deeper. Like, white hot room? Holy shit. What was the name of that comic, real quick, before I forget? It was X House of X. House of X. Like, that are called that? I got it. Okay, so I literally clicked a picture that has literally all of those listed out, so I'll just keep that. When was that? I never saw it. They're called the internals. Okay, Eternals. Interesting. Yeah, they sound like fucking ripoffs. They made a movie? Nope. Internals. That's what I said. I was like, hi, Mayo love. What? Yeah. I was gonna say, I'm on the wiki, and it says they're a humanoid race. Everything I'm reading, I'm rolling through, doesn't. No one says robot. I don't know. I'm not disbelieving you. I just wanted to know what kind of robot, like, what did that mean? But everything says immortal alien beings or humanoids. Me neither, but they aren't human. Yay. I don't apologize. I love comics. My favorite, I was trying to look, the series that I have is about his daughter, quote unquote. Wolverine. X. Yeah, but it's X. 23. Thank you. No. She is Wolverine now. Yeah, that's my favorite series I've ever read. It's so fucking good. Mm-hmm. He does I love the way he draws him because he does like what's the word? Perspective. Like just awesome. It's not just flat, just looking at someone straight on. It's always these really cool perspective angles that are just fucking good. Oh yeah. Yes. Flaws, dimples. There's one cover of X23 where it's like she's wearing like a low cut jeans and a low shirt or whatever. So and they added all like the spine details and the lower back details and the dimples and everything. Like it's just little shits like that that I'm really into. The little details. Truth there is, I can see you. Can't really hear you. CK and that other twerp is a lot louder.
Bitch, you wanna fucking fight? I see you, motherfucker, and I can be very loud. Bitch.
I yelled, and then what did I do? Didn't I cut you? Fingers! I took the fingers off. Or the hand or something. Thanks, so we can just talk over you and we don't have to like pretend to listen anymore. Sick. All thanks to True Theris.
The hero we didn't know we deserved.
What? I'm gonna take a break really quick because I gotta pee, but figure out what characters you guys want to go around on. I'll be right back. Mike's hot though if chat wants to talk to the Discord people and vice versa. I'll be right back. Brr. Hello, little sister. Knives, what's the plan? Yeah, because we have Viata. Viata called a birthday card, right? Yeah, like Glut or I or someone else could take over hosting, and then Knives can do something other than host for a while. And play games while we watch a movie or something. Because I know that, like, Knives can't multitask, right? I know. This is a safe place with your friends, and I'm feeling like that's... You're disrespecting us with your lies. Slander. No, I just want you to be able to take a break. I don't want you to have to stream movies. Moral of the story is we're going to be playing a shit ton of... watching a lot of movies tonight in the Discord. So normally every night, in about an hour from now, we watch 2. Unless it's Titanic, in which case we watch 1. We watch movies. Bless you. And... Sorry. I heard you sneeze and I was like, oh, bless. And my brain broke. We watch movies every night, but tonight we're like Knives is gonna take us into the new year somewhere. I don't know which new year, but one of them. We just hang out in the Discord. It's not something you have to sub to do. Anybody's welcome. We just watch weird movies. We've watched some pretty good ones though. Wolf's Ending can eat an ass, though. Nothing. Oh. Yes. That's all it was. In the worst fucking way. Nothing cool about it. Nothing. I know! I know! Andy, and then also, from Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit? He was one of the kings or leaders or something. House of the Dragon. I think so. He's not blonde. But I think you're right on the show. I think that's where he's from. But it's weird because he's such a fucking twat in that show. And, like, the fact that the wolf kid attacked him and he had nothing... Like, did he even have a bite mark? even got to meet a wolf. I'm just upset. I'm upset about that movie, but the second one was good, and I'm glad everybody didn't hate it. I really liked it. I actually said that afterwards. I was like, I'm really glad we watched it again and that I liked it again and that it wasn't just me hallucinating or being too high or something. And, you know, thinking it was a lot better than it actually is. Which can happen. Yes. New mothers, expectant mothers, mothers, women, and then everybody. Yeah. Break out. Yeah. I think that's why I love it, because it starts off kind of like almost supernatural and you kind of wonder where it's going to go, and not to spoil anything, but you get like this just like growth of a human being. I don't know. It's really good. You should just watch it. That's it. Me too. Same. Same. Why? Why that ending? Why? I just don't understand. Yeah. Why that ending? I really truly look into it and I'm like, I realize I'm not a director, I'm not a writer, I'm not a producer. Like, what's the purpose of this ending? And I'm the exact same with that movie. I'm like, this movie is wild and so cool and so weird, and what the fuck? Why? Yeah. You had to, they on purpose make you hate a dude that you've been rooting for, I mean, a long time. That movie was pretty long, if I remember correctly. I think I watched it on a really long flight somewhere. Swiss Army, sorry. Dano and Redcliffe, and it's great. I mean, he does a great job, and so does Radcliffe. Both do a phenomenal job up until the last 10 minutes of the movie, and then you're just like left, you know, what the fuck? It happens. Yeah. The ending was... Yeah. Where'd you get them peepers? Mm. And was it the original, or was there one like made, was it a remake?
Turn it off, Willard.
It was, okay. Yeah, oh yeah. I'm curious. My nana used to sing that song. Oh fuck, you right. Okay. Are either of you staying live, or are both of you rating out? Vissy is? Then we're rating Vissy, obviously. Oh. Hold on. I didn't know you were streaming, brah. Hail ZT peoples, how are you? Welcome. It's something I have to, yeah, they moved so much stuff around, I literally can't find it, so I'm writing it in I'm writing it in permanent marker on my hand. This is importante. Because I genuinely, I wanted to do it last night and I just got tired and forgot. But this I can't wash off. Yeah, they moved it. It used to be under a different... It's fine. I have it. It's good. It's scrawled into me with needle points. Okay, I'm gonna drop out of Discord and raid. I love you guys. I'll see you in like 30 minutes. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I fucking love this game. It's fun. I don't know. It's so chill. I think I just mostly love hanging out and socializing and chilling with friends and just like bullshitting about nerdy shit like comics and stuff. That's probably one of my favorite things. So thank you for hanging out with me while we do that today, even though we just like, you know, fuck around in PoE. It's fun though, and we have a good time, and I'm grateful for you guys. If you're going out, being social, having people over, I highly suggest not drinking first off, but if you must, imbibe in intoxicants. Be safe as fuck. People just get reckless and think they're invincible and drive around like idiots, and I don't need to hear about you guys getting hurt or getting into accidents. I just want to hear about you being safe and bored, if anything. Bored, in bed early, you know, fucking like, get out of my lawn, you use, and whatever. Like, that's what I want to hear, nothing else. It's just, you know, I don't distrust any of you guys. It's not that I think any of you guys are going to go forth and be idiots. It's other people I don't trust. They're idiots, especially the later it gets and the more alcohol there is involved. Take your joy, drink water. I will be here tomorrow. I don't sleep. Sleep is for the weak. I'll be here tomorrow, so no worries there. I'll be here for a while, you know. You know what's up. Happy New Year. Same old tomorrow. Bye.